This broadcast is a production of Oneida Indians Live and the Oneida Special School District. No part of the audio or video from this broadcast may be redistributed or retransmitted without express written consent from the Oneida Special School District.
The following is a presentation of the Oneida Indians Network in collaboration with the IH Sports Network and South Fork Network.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the presentation of baseball action here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network here from Jack E. Lay Sports Complex. Jonathan Markham bringing you the call tonight, joined this evening by Bo Kidd. We want to give a special thanks to Clayton Posey and Greg Bond, our technical people, as well as to Will and Maggie King for all their help up here in the box. So tonight we're going to see the Oneida Indians take on the Eagleton Royals. Here in this one, we're going to go ahead and apologize for a bit of a late start. We've had some technical issues that forced us to get the broadcast started a little late tonight. But we're set for first pitch here in just a couple minutes. Actually, I think about 30 seconds.
Real
about
quick.
30 seconds as we see them preparing to throw down there. Do you have any notes you want to give on the game, Bo, before we get things kicked off?
Oneida coming into today's game with an 8-11 record overall, but the only 2-4 in the month of April. We'd love to see that switch around a little bit this afternoon, especially in district play here against the Royals of Eagleton as they head into district play over the next week. Busy week, 6 games for the Indians this week.
And we're going to get things kicked off with Willard King of the Royals, the second baseman this evening, number 4. First pitch is going to go over the head of Elijah Strunk, and it's going to be ball 1. So first pitch for this one coming in at 5:21, and we're underway here, ladies and gentlemen.
Gabe Brennan out on the hill for the Indians this evening.
The second pitch is outside for ball 2. Like you said, Gabe Brennan out here on the hill has collected a lot of starts for the Indians.
He has.
I think every baseball game we broadcasted he started. As there's going to be a foul ball cut back, it'll be 2-1.
Yeah, it seems like Gabe is called upon quite a bit for the Indians, and, I mean, understandably so. Young man has done a fantastic job out on the hill this year for Oneida. Him and the tandem of Elijah Strunk behind the plate have been very, very solid.
Next pitch is swung on for strike 2. Evens things up at 2-2. Can you get me a innings pitched number on him?
I can.
And maybe some earned runs.
Yeah, give me just a second, and I'll get that pulled up.
Breaking ball swung on high into left field, curling foul. Count remains even at 2-2 to Willard King of the Royals.
Let's see here. Gabe on the year, 20 1/3 innings pitched. He started played in 7 games, started 5. He's 2-3 on the season, giving up 18 hits, 30 runs, 17 of those earned, 20 walks, 19 strikeouts.
Another breaking ball, going to be ball 3, and we're seeing the first full count of this one.
Once again, this is just game 1 of 6 this week for the Indians. They're back in action tomorrow over at Eagleton.
Payoff pitch is going to be fouled back, and we're going to stay in this full count for at least one more pitch.
And then, of course, later on this week, they're going to be competing in the Bob Black Memorial, and that's going to be over at Fulton. And they'll play on Thursday, a doubleheader Friday, and then also on Saturday.
Pitch grounded to first base side. Frazier with a nice snag. He'll step on the bag for the first out. So we're going to get things started with an out in this one. Solid play there by Aiden Frazier, just with that snag, that little left-handed snag right there down the first base line. Frazier flashing the leather to start things off in this one. So now stepping in for the Eagleton Royals is Jack Kidd, number 11, this evening playing shortstop. Any relation to you, Bo?
No. I would venture to say not.
Brennan back on the rubber. Kicks and fires.
Nice pitch.
First pitch outside Black, called strike 1.
Defensive alignment for the Indians is Frazier at first, Eli Rector at second, A.J. Harper at short. Looks to be Carter Darty out at third. We'll get the outfield here for you momentarily.
As that next pitch is going to be inside for ball one. I can give you the outfield.
Maddox Hutcherson, I believe, in left.
That is correct.
Ben Sexton out in center. And Ryder Watson in right.
Excuse me, that's Glamorous Ryder Watson.
I apologize.
It's the nickname me and Will came up for him. Breaking ball on the corner, strike two. What a pitch there by Brennan.
Gabe really pounding the outside black right now on the strike zone. If he can stay there this evening, Eagleton's going to have a hard time.
There's a ball cut into right field. Rector spears it on a hop, pulls the first baseman Frazier off the bag. Now the ball's going to go run all the way back to the backstop. Strunk the throw down, and they're still going to get the out even after the error. What a throw down by Strunk, and just a great heads-up play by the Indians overall to secure that out. So now there are 2 outs in the inning.
E4 in the books, but it's going to still go down as a 2-6 put out, and now 2 away quickly for the Indians. Nice play defensively by Elijah Strunk.
As now steps in the 3-hole hitter, number 18, Jace Simon, playing third base this evening. First pitch outside, ball one. Brennan steps back on the rubber. Here's the pitch. Cut on, strike one. Count's going to be even at 1-1.
Gabe really got the breaking ball working well thus far in this one. If he can stay, once again, if he stays hot right now, it's going to be hard to hit this young man out on the hill.
I'm going to say it's not just in this one. It's every time he makes an appearance on the hill. That pitch is going to be outside for ball two. But Gabe Brennan, ever since I first started watching him play, of course, I played with him, that breaking ball's always been nasty. It's hard to hit.
Great outside corner.
Outside corner, strike two, evens things up at 2-2.
Location has been pivotal early on here in this one, and Elijah Strunk doing a great job behind the plate of making sure that that's hitting black.
There's another breaking ball, but it's going to be 3-2. We're going to see another full count here with 2 outs. That's part of the Coach West pitching strategy, is pitching on that outside black for sure.
Stretch the zone.
Yes, here's the pitch. It's going to be hit high in the air over onto foul territory on the first base side, and it's going to go over the fence. It'll be a foul ball. So we're going to stay in the full count. You can see Frazier wanted that one real bad.
Yeah, the wind is going to cause some havoc up here today. Very, very gusty winds up here in Winfield, Oneida/Winfield today, whatever you want to call it. But here in Bear Creek, it's going to play some havoc tonight.
As there's one fouled back our way, we're going to stay in the full count once again. I think Winfield is a appropriate name for this one.
Even though it's technically still
in the
Oneida city limits.
It is.
Bear Creek has always
field.
It's about okay. I see. I got you now.
Did you not get the joke until?
Nah, it took a second.
Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, and that's going to be a walk with 2 outs, which brings up the 4-hole hitter, Charlie Caldwell, number 33, the catcher. You can see him taking off his shin guards there. Digging into the left-handed batter's box, it looks like. Runner on first. Brennan checks the runner from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Going to be fouled back. We're going to start things off 0-1.
Eagleton right now seems to have a little bit of trouble trying to gauge the speed of Gabe Brennan early on. Everything has been late. They fouled everything off to the far side except for the one ball that went down into the left field territory. Other than that, everything's been opposite field, so they're really struggling with trying to time Brennan's pitches right now.
As the next pitch is going to be fouled back that same way again for 0-2. I mean, it's hard to gauge the timing of a pitcher like Gabe Brennan when he can throw that fastball with, he's got some velocity on it, not as much as some of his teammates or some of the other pitchers in the district, but it's got some good velocity on it. But then he's got that curveball and that changeup.
Yeah, he mixes them up well.
You're never going to know what speed's coming at you. It's a guessing game in the box
Absolutely.
when you're facing Gabe Brennan.
Absolutely.
Counts 0-2. Runner takes off for second as there's a pitch hit lined out into center field. Ben Sexton's not going to be able to get there. It's going to roll nearly to the wall, but it's going to die. And the run's going to come in to score on that one as he pulls in with a double, an RBI double.
It's almost as if Ben had some struggles in trying to get that ball picked up out there in right center field. Nice location on the hit there by Charlie Caldwell, as now he stands on in scoring position.
Well, actually, there's a
It's
courtesy
runner now. I
there
apologize. But gets them on in scoring position with Chase Herman, the first baseman, coming to the plate.
I can't see who that courtesy runner is, but
I did not see either.
we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But like you said, the 5-hole hitter, Chase Herman, as he's going to swing at the outside fastball for strike one. I mean, Herman's a first baseman, typically known as a power position. Maybe he's the guy you want here in this spot with the runner in scoring position, but that's not always the case. Just more often than not. As that next pitch is going to be called outside, ball one.
Eagleton in their road blacks this afternoon with blue numerals trimmed in white. The Indians in the home whites with orange numerals, orange lettering.
I believe that one's going to be called high. It'll be 2-1 now. Brennan takes the sign. He delivers. That one's going to be outside again. Count is 3-1.
Yeah, he looked a little bit upset with himself on that pitch right there. That's the one that he's been pounding on the outside corner all afternoon long, and that time it just ended up slipping away from him.
As there's another one hit way high in the air, but foul, out of play. Means we're going to see another full count. Excuse me there. We're going to see another full count with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. Pivotal pitch. He's going to take the walk. So now runners on first and second for the Royals.
Not necessarily a bad walk there, because now that puts the force at any bag on the infield with 2 down, as the left fielder Nate Clemmer coming to the plate.
Wearing number 7.
Clemmer we've seen numerous times already this season. We saw him in football, saw him now, also saw him in basketball, and now out on the baseball diamond for Eagleton.
I thought I recognized that name.
You definitely did. Young man is a fantastic athlete over for the Royals.
So now the runners lead off first and second. Brennan delivers. As there's going to be another foul ball in this one. It's going to start things off 0-1 to Clemmer.
Eagleton not afraid to hack. I'll tell you that much right now. They're definitely swinging away on Brennan.
Putting some solid swings on the ball.
They have.
Like we said, it's a guessing game.
Absolutely.
With his speeds. As you see there, he goes to the breaking ball, perfectly fitted in there for strike 2.
And actually attacked the inside corner with that breaking ball. It sort of had Clemmer leaning out of the box right there. Nice pitch.
That 12-6 movement on Brennan's curveball is impossible to read out of the hand sometimes. He's going to foul that one off. It's going to stay 0-2.
Home plate umpire was trying to make a play on that one right there, as you could see on our screen.
That's an out in banana ball.
I love some banana ball. I was very upset. I did not get drawn this year for a ticket this year. I applied for 3 different places. Still couldn't get one.
Fastball at the knee, strike 3 for the third out of this inning. So 1 run comes across for the Royals, but we're going to see the first offensive outing for the Indians in this one after the break here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
Scenic Foods is about freshness, with meat cut in-store daily and special cut upon request. A deli that offers fresh meats and cheeses sliced to your choosing. A produce department offering fresh fruits and vegetables, and of course a full line of competitively priced groceries to meet your weekly shopping needs. Scenic Foods is about value and convenience. Don't have time to cook supper? Try our cheese sticks, pizza, and wings, as well as our fresh-made desserts and side dishes. Need to fill an empty pantry? We have all you need at Scenic Foods, located at 7352 Baker Highway in Huntsville.
We welcome you back as we're set to begin the bottom of the first here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network. As last inning we saw the Eagleton Royals able to score a run off the solid production at the plate they've been having in that first inning. A couple walks drawn. Of course, that RBI double by the catcher. But now we're going to see how the Indians respond. As on the rubber for the Royals will be Charlie. Is that Charlie Johnson, Will? Yes, Charlie Johnson.
No. Pitching? Yes, Charlie Johnson.
Yes. As we're set to kick off the bottom of the first with
Number 3,
the leadoff hitter, Eli Rector. Been a consistent leadoff hitter this year for the Indians.
He really has done a very nice job at the plate for Oneida this year. Currently second on the team, batting average at .296.
As he's going to fly one high up in the air on the first base side. It's going to land foul as no one will make a play on it.
Again, it's that wind today. It's going to wreak some havoc on any ball that is put up in the air this afternoon. So if you get a second lease on life like that one right there, you better take advantage of it if you are an Indian.
I'm looking at Eli Rector, not just the batting average, a .457 on base percentage.
Yeah,
the kid's getting on base.
Yeah, he's not afraid to draw the walk. He's not afraid to draw the walk. He's putting the ball in play. People are going to have problems with getting him down at first because of his speed.
As he swings through there for strike two, faces an 0-2 count now. As there's a ground ball left side, fielded by the third baseman, fires over to first, and it comes. The first baseman comes off the bag, and the ball comes out of his glove. Rector's going to be safe on the error.
Again, that's one of those things we talked about. His speed down the first base line, if it's not a good throw over to first, he has the opportunity to get on, and that's exactly what he did right there. Now Oneida has to make it hurt.
And did I see it correctly? The first baseman had the ball in his glove and maybe whacked Eli in the head.
I think he went to try to swipe tag because he came off the bag, and that's what allowed Rector to get on, because as he was trying to swipe, he lost control of the ball.
So now he'll lead off first. Gabe Brennan. Rector takes off for second base. The transfer is no good. Rector moves into second base with a stolen base.
It's again the speed of Eli Rector can cause some issues out there. Now runner on in scoring position. Gabe Brennan looking to help himself out here. Gabe coming into today with a .286 average.
As he's going to
beautiful ball.
Fly one into right field, as Rector's going to go for four here, and the throw is going to be offline, and we're going to start things off with a run for the Indians, as they're going to respond back quickly. We're tied here in this one.
Nice piece of hitting by Gabe Brennan. Goes opposite field, finds the hole over on the right side, and brings Eli Rector in to tie the ball game.
That's his 10th RBI of the season for Gabe Brennan. And now Aiden Frazier stepping in, currently batting .396 on the season.
Not only that, his on-base percentage of .493 and his slugging percentage of .660 heading into this one. Young man has got some pop in the bat.
He'll take the first pitch for strike one.
Generally, when Frage gets on, it's generally multiple bases.
He's hit 2 home runs on the season already at 20 RBIs. And this season, in years past, Aiden Frazier known for the strikeout, but he has cut down on the strikeouts this year as they're going to throw over to Gabe Brennan. He's going to be back in there safely.
Yeah, I think. See here, he still has 16 on the year, which is tied for first, but he also has 12 walks, which is third best on the team.
As here's the pitch to Frazier. Swinging at that one for strike 2.
Yeah, that one came in a little up and then had a nice little late break on that one to move it to a 2-strike count. Now he's got to be a little defensive up at the plate.
I want to talk about Johnson's arm slot. It's very over the top.
Very
Not really
much.
what you see, especially in high school.
No,
pitchers.
you don't see that very often.
Just coming straight over the top.
You see a lot of 3/4, even some sidearm in high school, but I mean, this young man is, as over the top as you're going to see.
Frazier, after calling time, steps back in. As he's going to fly one foul down the first base line. It'll get out of play. Will remain 0-2.
Take a look at the defensive alignment here for Eagleton for you as well. I don't know if you caught that before the last inning. Behind the plate this afternoon will be Charlie Caldwell. First to third will be Chase Herman, Willard King, Jack Kidd, and Jace Simon. We'll get the outfield for you after this pitch.
He's going to take the ball outside. It'll be 1-2.
Good miss there. Left to right in the outfield for the Royals will be Nate Clemmer in left, Lane Cope in center, and Eli Campbell out in right.
As Brennan leads off first. Pitch to Frazier. Check swing.
Yeah,
They're going to say he didn't go.
Yeah, they can check that all they want. He never went through the zone on that one. Nice hold up there by Frazier.
And that's going to put it even at 2-2.
Brennan's still getting a decent lead over at first.
Johnson delivers. Another pitch outside, and Frazier has battled back into a full count.
He's really trying to attack Frazier with a breaking ball. I'm not sure if that's he just sees something in Frazier that he thinks he's going to be behind on it or what, but really surprising that he continues to go after Frazier with that breaking ball.
I can see early on it because, Frazier's always kind of been a dead red guy. As he's going to hit one high into the air, shortstop under it, he'll make the play. And that'll be the first out in this one for the Indians.
Nice play over there by the shortstop for the Royals in Jack Kidd, fighting the wind a little bit. But now here comes Carter Darty, who is no slouch himself at the plate this year as well. He's struggled a little bit at hitting 264.
Which is by no means bad. A
No.
397 on base percentage is also solid, almost at the 400 mark.
And you're on 2 out of every 5 times you're coming to the plate. That's not too shabby. There's Hall of Famers that don't have that number.
Yep. First pitch is fouled back for strike 1. Well, it's not even that he's getting on 2 out of 3 times. He's getting on 4 out of every 10. He's
I said
hit.
I said 2 out of 5.
Oh, I thought you said 2 out of 10.
No, I said 2 out of every 5.
That's my fault.
You're good.
I can do math sometimes.
Sometimes.
I got a 27 on the math portion of my ACT.
Hey,
Thank you.
congratulations.
26 composite. No mean to brag. As he's going to foul another one off there. It'll be 0-2. Brennan's still leading off first.
Remember, we'll also be back on the air tomorrow afternoon for a softball doubleheader tomorrow as the Lady Indians take on the Lady Roadrunners of Austin East. That'll be a 6 o'clock start.
Already calling time. It's not awarded.
Nope.
They're going to pick off, though. And Brennan will be back safely.
Lady Indians also in action this evening as they are over at Gatlinburg Pittman tonight. We'll try to keep you updated on that one as much as we can.
The 0-2 pitch to Darty is going to be fouled off. It'll be 0-2 remaining.
Trying to just fight off pitches right now. Defensive attack right there at the plate. Gets a little bit of bat on the ball. Is able to reset and go after him again.
Steps back in. As he's going to swing through that one for strike 3. So now 2 outs.
He's a little
for the
frustrated.
Indians.
A little frustrated after that swing right there. You could see he was disappointed in himself for going after a ball that he knew it ended up being out of the strike zone.
As now we'll step in the 5-hole hitter number 2, Ben Sexton. As we said earlier, playing center field this evening. What stats we got on him?
149 at the plate this year has been 322 on base percentage, has 7 hits on the season overall. Looking to get into a groove.
As that first pitch is going to be right on the outside black, strike 1.
Yeah, right now the Charlie Johnson, the pitcher for Eagleton, not afraid to throw that first pitch fastball and try to get himself ahead in the count early.
As here's the pitch. Ben's going to fly one first base side. First baseman's going to have it for the 3rd out. As we're going to head to the top of the 2nd in a tie ball game here after the break, here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to those who have supported South Fork Physical Therapy for the past 20 years. Because of you, we have been able to live and work in the community we love. We appreciate you, Scott County.
Forget the bucket. Stop buying those expensive car care products. For a supreme clean, visit TNT Car Wash in Oneida. TNT Car Wash features the latest in automatic car wash technology. Our wash bays offer friction or touchless options that are tough on road grime, but gentle on your car's finish. These feature-packed automatics give you complete control of the wash. Want to wash it yourself? TNT also has traditional wash bays. And don't forget the interior. Both vacuum and shampoo stations available. For a dynamite clean, TNT Car Wash Oneida.
YOLO.
We welcome you back as we're set to begin the top of the 2nd here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network. As last inning we saw 1 run come in for the Indians, tying up the ball game, and now the Indians potentially trying to keep that score where it is and get those bats back in there.
Remember Friday's ball game for the Indians over at Jellicoe, I believe it was supposed to be a home game. I apologize. The home game against Jellicoe was canceled due to weather. We're still awaiting a makeup date for that one. We'll see if that one gets back on the schedule or if that game ends up getting scrapped altogether. But you can always stay up to date with all of the schedule updates on our social medias, OHS Indians Athletics on Facebook, as well as Oneida Indians TN on Instagram and OHS Indians TN on X.
7-8-9 hole due up for the Eagleton Royals as we're leading things off with Eli Campbell, number 3, playing right field this evening.
Campbell, another one of those multi-sport athletes. We saw him in football and basketball as well.
First pitch is going to be hit high in the air out to left field. Hutcherson says he has it, and he does for out number 1. You know, just a routine play by Hutcherson. Good on him to make it, especially with, I believe, the Suns a little bit over there facing left field, is it not?
I would venture to say probably so this time of night.
Just the way the shadows are looking, that's what it looks like to me. As now steps in the 8-hole hitter, the pitcher, Charlie Johnson.
Let's see if he can help out his own cause here a little bit for Eagleton.
Eagleton batting a straight 9 tonight, no designated hitter. As first pitch is going to be ball 1.
If you like sports, you're going to get your fill of it up here tonight at Bear Creek. You've got high school baseball, all kinds of little league softball and baseball going on.
Ground ball grounded to shortstop. Harper fields it, fires to first, and he's got him for out number 2. But like you were saying, yes, absolutely. A lot of Little League going on up here tonight.
Soccer as well.
ASO soccer.
Yep. And it looks like we've got at least one food truck, maybe two up here as well. So you want your fill of sports and maybe some local grub, come on up to Bear Creek Sports Complex
You
this
shouldn't
evening.
have told me there was food trucks up here. I didn't even see those.
I think that's what this red one is maybe here, unless it's a...
That's a snow cone truck.
No, red.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Yeah, trying to figure out what that is. It may actually be a photo thing too, though, because I see people out there signed up trying to do photos.
As up steps the 9-hole hitter Lane Cope, number 12, as he bunts one way out of play, foul, and it will be 0-1.
May not be a food, like I said, I believe it's photos. Now I see somebody out there with a camera doing photos.
They always used to do photos and trailers like that.
So if not, you can always get your grub down here from the concession stand that's ran by the Boys and Girls Club.
That pitch on the inside corner, it's going to be strike 2.
Nice pitch by Mr. Brennan right there, attacking that inside, trying to keep him a little bit off center in the batter's box.
As now Brennan, the 0-2 pitch. Ooh, is going to be ball 1, and Brennan did not like that one.
Yep, he thought that one was in there. I think the home plate umpire said maybe just a tad low for his liking.
As the next pitch is swung on for strike 3, and that'll be the third out of this one. A 1-2-3 inning for the Indians as they're going to try to get the bats going in the bottom of the second, and we'll have that after the break here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
El Rey is Scott County's home for great Mexican flavor. Located in Oneida Plaza, we're just up the sidewalk from Walmart. From our fresh chips that are made daily to our chicken or beef fajitas that are big enough to share, El Rey uses the freshest ingredients to serve authentic Mexican dishes that will be a hit with the entire family. Stop in before the game on Friday or pop in on Saturday and watch college football on one of nearly a dozen screens while you eat. That's El Rey Azteca, open until 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 10 p.m. on weekends.
Respect, compassion, integrity, commitment, community. Those are a few of the principles that guide Mountain People's Health Councils in everything we do. We respect our patients and their need for quality health care. We have compassion on those that are sick and hurting and need help. We are committed to do everything we can to help those in need. And we're focused on providing our friends, family, and neighbors with the very best health care available.
Welcome back as we're here to begin the bottom of the second here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network. A 1-2-3 inning for the Indians last inning, as now due up this inning is the 6, 7, and 8 holes. We're starting things off with number 99, Elijah Strunk, the catcher this evening.
Elijah, a 208 hitter entering today's game.
As Johnson from the windup and the pitch. Outside corner for strike 1.
Are you a fan of always taking until you get a strike?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
No. I
am. But that's, I guess I'm more of an old school kind of guy. I want to make sure that they're going to be able to find a strike zone.
Well, I'm new school in the way that I view a walk as good, if not even better than a hit. I don't know about better, actually, but a walk is as good as a hit in my mind.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that.
In every sense. The count 2-1 now. I mean, I buy into a lot of statistical analysis and numbers. I'm Jonah Hill from Moneyball.
I got you.
That's me. Read a book on it, The Numbers Game. I highly recommend it.
Yes, great book.
That's in there for 2-2. It's sitting at my house right now. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm.
Oh, you're gonna like that.
I'm getting there.
Yep.
As the pitch now is going to be lined to the second baseman for a line out, and that'll be the first out of this inning for the Indians.
Little L4 in the books for Elijah Strunk.
As now steps in the 7-hole hitter, Maddox Hutcherson, wearing number 8. like his cream helmet. As he's going to be swinging there for, they're actually going to say foul tip. But regardless, the outcome is the same. It's strike one. But I buy into the whole on-base percentage over batting average every day of the week. That's
I'm okay with that, yeah. Batting average is great. Slugging percentage is fantastic. But it's the on-base percentage. How many times can you get on for our team?
See, what I really like is a triple slash line. You put all those numbers in front of me at the same time.
Yep.
Swinging there for strike two, count moves to 1 and 2.
I'm with you there.
Every at-bat a batter takes is represented in those three numbers
Absolutely.
somewhere. And I'm even fine with combining slugging and on-base percentage, making OPS. I mean, that's just one number.
Yeah.
That pitch is going to be outside. Count moves to 2 and 2.
I like the 3-number line though, like you're talking about. Don't get me wrong, OPS is fantastic, but I like the batting, the on base, and then the slugging.
Well, I'm looking at a different. If I'm looking at OPS, foul ball there, we're going to remain 2 and 2. If I'm looking at OPS versus I'm looking at a triple slash line, I'm usually looking for two different things.
Yes.
When I'm doing a player stat analysis, like if I'm looking at, say, a guy has a 330 batting average, but a 360 on base percentage and a 400 slugging percentage, I can tell that guy hits a lot of singles, but he also doesn't draw walks, and he has a tendency to only hit singles.
Yep.
It's the kind of player I'm looking at, like a Luis Arias right now.
Yeah,
in the major leagues. I think he might have that slash line right now.
It's pretty darn close, yeah.
Hutchinson facing a full count now, as he's going to foul that one off. Just barely got a piece of that one. We're going to remain in a full count. 1 out here in this inning.
I think the umpire was trying to give the catcher maybe a brief moment there. I'm pretty sure that the catcher may have taken that ball maybe to the hand or something like that. So I think umpire, and I like umpires that do a great job with that. They realize the situation and try to give that player a moment to try to recollect themselves.
And you can show moments like that to the umpire hate club, and they don't know what to say about it.
Oh.
Breaking ball in there for strike 3.
Pretty pitch there from Mr. Johnson.
As now steps in the designated hitter this evening, to number 25, Calvin Smith. Not gotten many at-bats from the season from what I've seen. So do we have any stats on him?
158 hitter on the year is Calvin.
In only 19 at-bats, though. As he's going to get a hit there right up the middle. As he'll be on first base with 2 outs.
Takes advantage of his situation right there. First pitch, liked it, went ahead, swung away. And now all of a sudden you have a runner on. There is 2 outs, but you've got a runner on. A.J. Harper coming to the plate with an opportunity to possibly bring him in. Now A.J. has really struggled thus far, is yet to record a hit actually this season for the Indians, but now he's had to sit out some games this year because of an nagging injury as well. So love to see him pick up his first one right here.
He does have a 364 on base percentage. He's drawn some walks when he has been there, as he's going to fly one out into left field, and it's going to be foul. Just barely. That ball had some hang time in the air, and it's going to land just barely foul. We're going to start things off 0-1. Smith leads off first. Johnson kicks and fires. As AJ's going to ground one straight up the middle. The shortstop's going to field it, going to flip to second for the force out, and that's going to be out number 3. As the Indians not able to score this inning, but they're going to try to keep the score tied after we get back from the break here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
When your job requires concrete, call Twin K Enterprises. We take pride in both residential and commercial projects. Our concrete is state certified and lab tested with proven high strength mix result. We have certified facility operators and mix design technicians to be sure our customers get the best mix the first time, every time. Twin K has 6 concrete plants to serve the entire Highway 27 corridor from Georgia to Kentucky. Twin K, call 569-6341.
Relive the moments that made history, on the field, in the gym, and across our community. From thrilling game-winning plays to unforgettable graduations, SFN has over 1,600 videos ready to watch anytime. Join sfn.tv for just $4.99 a month and unlock decades of local memories. Want to own a piece of history? Visit shop.sfn.tv for digital downloads and DVDs of your favorite events. Subscribe or shop today at sfn.tv. Your home for local sports and community memories.
We welcome you back here for the top of the third on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network. We're still tied in this one heading into the third inning. Starting to get into the midpoint of this game. Gabe Brennan still out on the mound for the Indians. As we're going to see what is the lineup looking like?
Top of the lineup. For
Top of the lineup.
1, 2, 3 coming up after that 1, 2, 3 inning back in the bottom half. Or excuse me, in top half second.
Willard King, Jack Kidd, and Jace Simon. 1, 2, 3.
Now batting number 4, Willard King.
And here is Willard King.
I was going to say, is he in relation to you there, Wilbur?
No.
Your name's not Willard, right? It's William?
William.
Yep.
William Wilbur Kidd. Just kidding with you, Will. You call me Dad all the time.
He does. First pitch swinging gets past the outstretched glove of Darty, and it's going to get down the line. Hutcherson cuts it off, throws it in. Actually, I believe that's Ben Sexton in left field now. It is, because that's Caden Shoemaker out in center field.
Yep, they've made a switch.
Does that mean Maddox Hutcherson?
Maddox is over in right, so Shoemaker into the lineup. That means from what I can gather, that may scratch the. We'll have to see, but that may scratch Calvin Smith out of the DH spot. We'll have to see.
I had to think about it, but yeah, I think that would absolutely do that. Because you subbed out the one who's being DH'd for in Ryder Watson.
Doesn't necessarily mean that. They could leave Calvin in there and just be the Shoemaker could be DH'd for now, but because it's just a defensive switch as of right now.
As of right now. So
now
Jack Kidd into the box. Starting things off 1-0.
Runner on in scoring position early here for Eagleton. They're going to try to do everything they can to try to take this lead away. Or to try to take the lead here in this ballgame. I apologize.
That one's in the dirt. It's going to be 2-0. Brendan steps off. He'll step back on. As now he'll check the runners and deliver. Breaking ball in there for a strike. It's going to be 2-1.
Another nice, pretty breaking ball there on the inside corner. Didn't really have Kidd leaning out on it, but he does take the strike on the inside corner. Brennan now trying to fight back to get even in this count.
Brennan is going to pick off. It's going to get away from Rector.
Yeah, you have to, when you step off so many times, you have to make that throw. And I think right there he was just trying to maybe just try to keep Willard King a little close over there at second, not letting him get too big of a – don't get too comfortable out there at second.
But that ball ended up in left field.
It did. It just went off of a –
Went off of a glove.
Yeah, went off the glove of Rector. But very rarely will you see that happen.
As now he'll pitch. Looking for the bunt there. He'll pull back, and it will be 3-1.
I wonder if that was just a little ploy of trying to see where that pitch was going to go on that 3-1 or on that 2-1 count.
As we see another bunt attempt there, he'll pull back once again, and he'll take the walk. So now runners on first and second for Jace Simon, the lefty catcher who came up with that clutch RBI double in the first.
You're close. This is the third baseman. He was the next man up. That was Charlie Caldwell that came up with that big hit.
Never mind.
I knew you were close.
So definitely don't want to put this guy on as well.
No. If you don't have to, no, absolutely.
But there are no outs in the inning. He's going to bunt there. It's going to be a fair
Man, what
ball.
a bunt.
That will load the bases for Charlie Caldwell.
He could not have laid a better bunt down right there for the Royals. Kept it right on the grass so that it had no shot at moving over into foul territory. Bags packed full of Royals for Charlie Caldwell.
And once again, he came up with that RBI double in the first, and you can see Caden Shoemaker playing shaded a little more towards right field.
Absolutely.
Ready to cut that ball off.
Gives a little bit of a gap, though, over in left center field now if he's able to go opposite field.
And first pitch is in there for strike one. Lefty batting catcher, from everything I've heard, you ask any scout, they'll say, what's like if there was such a thing as a one-way ticket to getting drafted, what would it be? They say if you're a catcher and you bat left-handed, that's it, because that's just so valuable in today's game to have that extra lefty bat and that solid catcher back there. And if you can do both, that's
but I believe he does throw righty.
Well,
I believe that's what I was watching that. I think he does throw righty.
Most catchers do. It's very rare to see a left-handed catcher. I've seen like one or two.
Nice pitch.
Going to be rung up on that one. And that's going to be the first out of this one. But the bases are going to remain loaded as up steps up Chase Herman, the first baseman.
Matter of fact, the last left-handed catcher in the major leagues popped up. That's going to get out of play.
Is that going to hit the roof?
It
did.
Can you tell me when the last left-handed catcher was in Major League Baseball?
It was like the 70s or 80s.
It was in the 80s. Has not been one since 1989. Benny DiStefano.
He played for the Athletics.
Caught 1,076 games.
Swing on that one.
Only 3 for the Pirates in 1989.
Oh, Pirates. I knew it was a team with yellow. Yeah, I've seen footage of him catching. I couldn't have told you his name.
Actually, I'm sorry. I apologize. The last left-handed catcher was not Benny DiStefano. He caught 3 games in 1989 for the Pirates, but the last one that played the most games was Jack Clements.
Jack Clements. Is he a relation to Roger?
Clements.
Oh,
Clements.
The count's still 0-2 after that foul ball. Yeah, no, it's not common to see a lefty catcher at any level of baseball, and it's something me and my father bicker about constantly. There's going to be a fly ball out to center field as Richter's going to make the catch, and he's going to throw it home to prevent that run from scoring. Maybe he didn't have to make that throw there, but regardless, the bases are going to remain loaded with 2 outs.
Nice defensive effort right now by the Indians of being able to hold off the run from Eagleton. Now, if they can get this last out, you can definitely say that the defensive prowess for Oneida has stepped up here in the third.
But now up steps Nate Clemmer for the Royals. First pitch is outside, ball 1.
Interesting fact, I was just sitting there looking. Dale Long, a Chicago Cub in 1958, played 2 games behind the plate for the Cubs using a first baseman's mitt.
I've done something like that. As now they're going to ground that one to the shortstop Harper. He's going to fire over to first in time for the 3rd out. As now they're going to the Indians able to get out of the jam. No runs scored. And they're going to get the bats back up there and try to put some runs on the board. Or we're going to see that after the break here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
My name is Wayne King. I'm owner-operator of Baby J's Pizza. We've been in business since 2017, and we think we have the best pizza in town. We have our regular hand-tossed pizzas. We have thin crust. We have thin crust cauliflower. We also offer vegan. We also offer dairy-free, gluten-free. We have low-carb, no-carb. We have a wide variety because we want to serve the best customer base possible and give everybody the opportunity to experience a good pizza.
Tommy's Motorsports is East Tennessee's premier power sports dealership. We're a full-service dealership offering sales, parts, and service with 2 locations to serve you. In Clinton, you'll find Kawasaki, Suzuki, Yamaha, Wave Runner, Polaris, Slingshot, and Homestead trailers. In Crossville, you'll find Honda, Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, Bad Boy, Roxor, and Yamaha. Come in today and see why Tommy's Motorsports has developed the highest reputation for quality and customer service.
Welcome back in this one as we're set to begin the bottom of the third here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network. Royals able to get the bases loaded last inning, but solid defensive prowess from the Indians kept those runs from scoring, as now the Indians are trying to get those bats back in there, potentially get some runs on the board.
I believe we roll over to the top of the lineup also for the Indians, as Eli Richter's going to lead off the inning.
That is correct, as it seems, because that's Eli Rector stepping in. Number 3.
Eli 0 for 1, but he reached on an error back in the first.
Here's the pitch.
Nearly clipped him.
I thought it did, but apparently it's just ball 1.
I don't know if Eli would want to get on via hit by pitch, though. I think that he wants to be up there swinging the bat.
I don't know.
I take an on base any way I get it.
That's all. I'm not gonna say that's always been my philosophy. Strike in there for 1 and 1.
You got to wear one. You got to wear one.
Because it was very much drilled in by some of my earlier coaches that you got to be up there swinging. You know, you ain't up there to walk, as that's going to be swung on for strike 2. But now, looking from an outsider's perspective, now that I no longer play, I say get on base however you can.
On base is on base.
On base is on base. I mean, like I said earlier, I read a lot into stats, and mathematically they are the same thing.
I want to look at something after you said that.
As now Rector's going to foul that
Fouled
one
that one off the foot.
That hurts, I can tell you.
Absolutely it does. Hit by pitches. How many have we had this year? We've had 22 as a team.
Most of them coming from Ben Sexton.
Eli Rector.
Oh, he's got 5. I didn't
He's
even
got
see
5
that.
of them. He's got to get on pace, though, a little bit.
Let me check something here.
Lady Indian softball player a couple years ago, Raven Mullis.
Mm-hmm. I remember her.
22 hit by pitches that season.
That season. Oh, my goodness. She had to have been sore.
She wore 4 in one game. She was hit 4 times in one game. That was a year that I actually was coaching, and she got hit 4 times in one game in 5 plate appearances. Her other was a single.
In middle school, I was known as a ball magnet, and my record was 2 in a game.
Oh, wow.
That's nothing compared to that. Count still 1 and 2, as that one's going to be spiked in the dirt. It's going to be 2 and 2. I can tell you why Eli Rector gets hit by so many pitches. Look how far up he is on the plate.
I'll say he is not afraid to crowd the plate.
Mm-hmm. Looks like Craig Biggio up there.
Ah, nice pull.
What world do we live in where Craig Biggio is nice pull?
It's a good pull. He's a class act.
Second baseman, too. As now that's going to be outside. We're going to have a full count. Eli Rector has been battling back in this one, battled it all the way back to a full count.
One of my favorite second basemen of all time.
Craig Biggio?
Yes. Personal favorite, yeah.
As he's going to take the walk there. Way to battle back by Eli Rector. Able to go down from 0-2 and ends up drawing the walk. Wins the at-bat.
Comes the senior.
Gabe Brennan. You said batting in the mid to high 300s, correct? No, he's batting like 290.
290.
Like 290. He's right there. He's right there.
Yeah, he's, let's see, 286. You're right.
As the first pitch to him. On the black, strike 1. I believe Craig Biggio is the all-time leader in hit by pitches, if I'm not mistaken.
You may be right.
I may be crazy. That's a good song. Johnson's going to step up here as his catcher's going to go out and say a couple words to him real quick. Are you looking that up now?
I am. All-time leader in hit by pitches. Huey Jennings.
For most times hit by a pitch.
287 times in his career.
Look at baseball.
We're going to pull it up, though. Craig Biggio is second with 285.
Okay, but he's like the modern leader.
Yes.
That's
modern day.
Because Huey Jennings played in probably the 1800s. Pickoff attempt there, no good.
Yeah, Jennings was hit 287 times in just 5,600 plate appearances. Wow.
Yeah, he's got...
My goodness. And did it at the age of 18, by the way. No, it's 18
gonna
seasons.
ground
Is
one,
what it says.
third base side. It's going to be foul.
Nope, it was in foul territory. The ball's in foul territory. That means it's a foul ball. He can be in fair territory.
I don't know.
It can bounce in fair territory, but if it goes into foul, then it's foul. As long as it's before the bag.
I'm not sure when Tommy Tucker played. The next player that I know is modern that I see here is Don Baylor.
Yes.
Former MVP, funny story. Bo, did you know I can name every American and National League MVP up until about the 1985 season?
That's scary.
It's one of those weird skills I have. As he's going to foul that one way back, it'll be 0-2. And I can maybe name some into – that's like when I stopped being consistent with it, is about 1985.
I got you.
I can name some sparse ones here and there. But we're not going to do that on this broadcast because obviously that would take forever. If you see me on the street, just ask me about it. That one's going to be a ball. I believe we're sitting at 1-2 still.
Yes. Actually, it might be 2-2. I'm not 100% sure. Pretty sure it's 2-2. You've been here a while.
Johnson to deliver.
Good
That's
cut.
definitely strike three, foul tipped into the glove, I believe is the call there.
Yep, good cut by Brennan, but unfortunately just could not get enough bat on the ball there. Now brings up Frazier with one on and one down.
Aiden Frazier.
I thought we may see Eli on the move at some point during that last at-bat. Maybe we'll see him moving here with Frazier.
Frazier steps in. First pitch, way out there. It's going to get away from the catcher, but no motion. It's going to be ball one.
Nice knockdown behind the plate there by Caldwell. Kept it in front most of the way. Did get a little bit away from him, but it still didn't get away far enough for Rector to get a move over to second.
Fun thing about Aiden Frazier, I know I have limited experience, obviously, but the only person I've ever seen go oppo for a home run here at Bear Creek.
Going oppo today is going to be tough the way the wind's blowing out to right, or from right to left.
Funny thing is, I had a major league moment. It came off the bat, and I went, nah, too high. Too high. And I was being 100% serious, too. And then it just goes, lands right out there next to that light post out there, and I'm like, well.
Also, he went to the deep part of the park there in right center.
Yeah, I was wrong.
That's a poke out to right center.
Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, I've only seen two people hit it out here ever. As Rector's going to be on the move there. He's going to line one right back to the third baseman. And they're going to double him up for a double play. And that's going to be 3 outs. That's the risk you take swinging with the runner in motion. So we're still tied going into the top of the fourth, getting into the later innings of this one. We'll be back after the break here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
Danny's Drugs has been dedicated to providing patients with quality healthcare services since 1966. From our beginnings as a fountain drugstore to our current location on the 4th Lane in Oneida, one thing has remained the same: exceptional service. Our staff of highly motivated and carefully trained professionals understand your needs and respond to them in a personal and friendly manner. Our staff works together as a team to provide the finest patient care available. That's Danny's Drugs, putting patients first since 1966.
Home-style cooking with friendly service in a relaxed atmosphere. That's Razax. Razax offers breakfast served daily, just like Grandma fixed it, and daily specials like country fried steak, turkey and dressing, and of course, a fish fry every Friday. Razax has a full menu, ranging from quick and easy favorites like hamburgers and club sandwiches to comfort foods like pinto beans. And you'll love something off the grill, like grade A cut sirloin, ribeye, or shrimp kebabs. Razax. Country cooking and great steaks.
Welcome back as we're set to begin the top of the fourth here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network. We're still tied in this one through 4 as both teams able to mount some offense, but that elusive second run both just out of the equation for both teams. But we're going to see Brennan back out there. A couple of solid innings of work from him so far. Of course, only 1 run scored. That run is earned, however. As Strunk is going to throw down. Due up for Eagleton in this one is the 7-8-9 hole. Eli Campbell stepping up right now. That headset back on, Bo.
I'm here. I promise. I wouldn't leave you too long. Yeah, okay.
As here's Eli Campbell. First pitch swinging, going to be strike 1.
I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but whenever the umpire is calling a strike, I mean, he's showing the amount.
Yeah. He's been good for that.
I actually hadn't noticed that. Slow curve in there for strike 2. I saw it there.
Yep.
I mean, that's I don't know if I've even seen that out of Gabe. That is the slowest curve I think I've ever seen him throw. Holy moly. Absolutely not, Will. Are you kidding me? Pitch there on the outside corner is ball 1. I did face Gabe Brennan my freshman year. Only managed a foul ball. Brennan back on the rubber. He'll deliver. As that's going to be swung on for strike 3, and we're going to start things off with a quick out.
Gabe has done a very good job. Inside, outside, up, down. He's hit just about every part of the strike zone here this afternoon and has really kept Eagleton guessing for the most part in this one. Just an effective pitching outing right now for Mr. Brennan.
I had to restrain myself from singing Surfing USA there. Inside, outside. I pulled up the wrong lineup. This is Charlie Johnson, the pitcher. The 8-hole hitter. That one's going to run in and get him.
Aware of that one on the hip.
That doesn't feel good, I guarantee it, because that's where that bone sticks out.
Number 12.
Hit it right on the bone. Cool. How many times do you think you got hit by pitch?
In
it's somewhere. A courtesy runner here.
It's somewhere. It's under double digits.
I believe that's number 9, Christian. What do you think that last name is?
Christian Hahn.
Hahn?
Yep.
See, I thought that O was an N.
Looks like Haun.
But now stepping up is the center fielder Lane Cope. So that leads into my second question. Pickoff attempt there, unsuccessful. Where do you think your most common hit by pitch?
Back left shoulder.
Back left shoulder?
Back of the left shoulder every time.
Do you always take that turn?
If it was coming at me, if I knew it was going to be coming way inside, I'd turn just enough so that I made sure that it hit the meaty part of the shoulder instead of on that bone where it's going to be just bruising and just constantly aching.
See, I understood that I was supposed to do that, but sometimes I just wouldn't do it. So my most common hit by pitch area ended up being my belly.
Oh, gosh. How does that happen?
I don't know. I took like 4.
On the gut?
Just right there.
I
don't know. To be fair, it kind of hangs out. But
hey, mine did too. It's okay. But I never got hit there. No, I bet I'd say every one of mine except for one was probably in the arm. I did get hit in the ankle one time. I do remember that. Wore one right on the outside of the bone on my left foot.
Well, there's one memorable one involving me. It's not in a game. It's actually in a practice. As they're going to bunt one right in the air. Brennan's going to try to make the slide. Can't field it. Darty over to first. He's safe. So now runners on first and second for the Royals as the lineup will flip over. And we're going to see Willard King.
Now batting number 4, Willard
But
King.
one memorable one. It was in practice. It wasn't in a game. I thought it was going to hit me in the shoulder. Popped me right in the mouth.
Ooh.
I busted my lip. My nose started bleeding. Didn't lose any teeth.
Those are never fun.
And I thank the Lord that I didn't lose any teeth on that one. I definitely could have.
You're very fortunate.
As that first pitch is going to be outside.
I watched a young lady. It was in the on-deck circle. Wasn't even batting. She was in the on-deck circle. Foul ball came off the bat, and this was before softball had to have the face masks. And she wore a foul ball right off the right side of her face.
I thought you were going to say it was a pitch. I was like, how did the pitch get in the on-deck circle?
No, it was a changeup that the girl waited back on, and she went to turn on it. She turned way too early on it, and a line drive hit her teammate right in the face, and it ended up. I remember we went over. I think we picked up 6 or 7 teeth out of the dirt.
Oh,
it was a rough night.
You only got 32 of those.
Yeah, well, you got to remember the size of a softball. I'm going to hit a larger area.
I've been hit in the face with a softball. I bunted a softball into my own face. That was, I was like 7 at the time.
Oh, okay. I was like, wow, how did that happen?
I was like 7 at the time.
Okay, I got you.
Just right off my forehead.
I got you. Tell you that's impressive. If
Hey, Max Scherzer did it.
He did.
But to be fair, he's a pitcher.
True.
2-1 count. Another one's gonna run in and hit him, or did it hit him? No, it did not.
I'm not sure how it didn't.
Did he show 3-1 or 2-1 there?
3-1, I believe.
That's what I had anyway, so we're good.
You know, with one out though, I'm very impressed that they were still looking to bunt right there in that situation, still looking to do the sacrifice over to put them on in scoring position with 2 down.
But now 1 out and bases loaded. As up steps Jack Kidd, the 2-hole hitter. Bases loaded once again for the Royals. We saw this last inning, but no runs came across. Of course, if you're the Royals, you don't want to see that happen again. You're going to try to get some runs on the board and break this tie ball game here in the 4th.
Yeah, if you're a fan of the Indians, you want to see that defensive prowess step back up big time here.
First pitch outside, ball 1.
Yeah, the Indians battled back the last time from nobody down. That's correct. Now time going to be called. Elijah Strunk going to go out and talk with his pitcher. Maybe just try to calm him down just a little bit, give him a little bit of a reset.
Looks like he removed an earpiece there, but I don't think he has an earpiece.
No, I don't think they have they passed that in high school yet, where they can do the communication ones? Okay.
A bunch of catchers had them last year when we played them.
Okay. I like the communication device. It makes it a lot easier,
well,
I think.
Hold on. Yeah, he does have an earpiece.
Aha, I like that. Oh, he does. I do see that now. Nice.
We talked about that a little bit last year, but I didn't think we were going to see it this year. That pitch going to be ball 2. Counts 2-0.
Now, you don't want to walk in and run here if you're Gabe Brennan. You want to make sure go after them. Let your defense settle in behind you.
And that one's in there, strike 1.
They've done a good job at keeping you scoreless over the last 2 innings. Would love to see them do it again here in the 4th.
As the next pitch, maybe once again going for the bunt attempt there, but the count is 3-1.
Do you think the late turn for the bunt is throwing Gabe off a little bit on his release?
I mean, potentially, because if I was on the mound, I'd want to get the pitch, in a non-buntable position. That's a new word I just invented.
Non-buntable?
Yes, like a high and in on the righty, or
I like it.
Somewhere where you can't bunt.
Ah.
They're going to walk in the run there. We're no longer tied in this one, as now the Royals will take a 1-run lead after the full count walk.
RBI for Jack Kidd there. One of the easiest ones he'll ever get.
Now, 3-hole hitter, Jace Simon, up to bat. First pitch to him is going to be grounded to Harper. 6-4, but they cannot complete the double play as another run comes in, and there's now 2 outs with runners on first and third.
Run does come in now. It's a 3-1 lead for Eagleton. I think if that ball was hit maybe just a little – whoa, actually they're saying right now they're trying to argue the call possibly at second, saying that maybe he never touched the bag. No, they've called him out.
So there are 2 outs and runners at the corners with the lefty, Charlie Caldwell.
Charlie Caldwell.
Up to bat.
A lot of times in this position, you'll see the runner at first taking off and trying to go ahead and get that advancement over to second. Let's see if that's the case here.
Because as a catcher, you have the threat of the potential double steal if you throw down.
Correct.
Which just allows another run if you don't get it. And you're exactly what you're talking about. That runner's going to take off for second, and they're not even going to attempt the throw. They're just going to let him take second.
A lot of times your coaches are going to tell you, don't worry about the guy that's on the bags. Let's get the guy at the plate.
Yes, absolutely. But now 2 runners in scoring position for the Royals. 1-0 pitch. Outside once again, ball 2.
Nice crowd on hand here this evening for the ball game as well.
We've been seeing some really solid
We
crowds
have.
for baseball this year. I mean, definitely up from the previous year. As now we're going to see 3 outside pitches, 3-0 now.
You have first open, so a walk is not necessarily it doesn't necessarily hurt you here. Actually, it may actually help you a little bit because then it puts a force on anywhere.
See, it does do that, but it can backfire in a lot of ways. That's going to be strike 1. It's 3-1 now.
Oh, I agree with that.
It can backfire because all it takes is
one swing.
hit.
Yeah, it
in
takes
the
one
gap.
swing.
And I apologize. It is actually 2-2. And 1 hit in the gap, and that's 3 runs instead of 2.
Yeah, agreed. Nice pitch.
Gonna be strike 3, as they're gonna get out of it with only 1 run scored. 2 runs scored, and we're gonna be back for the bottom of the 4th after the break here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
If you're a DIYer, Lumber King is your supplier. Equipment and tools, we got it. Paint and cleaning supplies, we got it. Rugged apparel and lawn care, we got that too. Visit us at 20359 Alberta Street in Oneida, Tennessee to make all your DIY dreams come true.
The superior technology of fiber optics carries a communication signal that is more robust and reliable than older technologies. Connecting homes and businesses directly to fiber optic networks enables enormous improvements in what bandwidth devices are capable of delivering. Experience Highland Communications' world-class broadband, delivered over Highland Telephone Cooperative's fiber optic network to make your online experience extraordinary. Highland Telephone and Highland Communications. World-class connections with a local, hometown touch.
Welcome back as we're set to begin the bottom of the 4th here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network. The Royals now leading by 2 after the 2-run top of the 4th. So the Indians now trying to close down that lead and potentially even take the lead of their own with the sticks this inning, because as we have the 4, 5, 6 hole up for the Indians. Carter Darty set to lead the inning off. Throw down to second, and we're going to get underway in this one.
Now batting number 7, Carter Darty.
As, like I said earlier, here comes Carter Darty up to the plate. He'll step in.
Carter, let's get something started here for his team.
As he's going to take the outside pitch for ball 1, start things off 1-0.
We've not seen many at-bats here in this one where the pitcher for Eagleton, who is, Charlie Johnson, has started off.
Hit right up the middle, going to hit the second base bag, and it's going to be put a runner on to start things off for the Indians, and that's exactly what you were talking about.
He's done exactly what they needed to do. Once again, Charlie Johnson's not started off many batters here in this ball game, many at-bats with a curveball. That time Carter just waited back, found a pitch that he liked, and drove it straight back up the middle for a base hit.
I mean, just seeing eye, base hit, right up the middle, literally right at the pitcher. That's what they always tell you. You want to hit it through the pitcher. Now stepping up is Ben Sexton. Darty leading off first. Johnson from the stretch. He'll deliver. Darty takes off for second. Ben lays down the bunt. Darty's going to pull into second base, and Ben's going to be out on the sacrifice bunt.
Not by much, though. Nice hustle down the first base line, but he does his job. It's exactly what he was told to go up there and do. Lay down the bunt. Let's get the man over to second. If you get on, then that's just, extra benefit for the Indians. But now you've got Elijah Strunk at the plate with a runner on in scoring position.
With 1 out. So 2 outs still to work with here. As, like you said, Elijah Strunk steps in. As the first pitch to Strunk is a breaking ball. It's going to be chopped down to the third base side. And throw's going to be wide, but they say he's going to get the tag out.
Now they're actually going to appeal. Coach West is going to appeal to see, did he get the tag down? The field ump said yes, but in that instance, the home plate umpire can overrule him if he sees that there was not a tag. Question mark is what is the call going to be? This is a big key point here for the Indians in this inning.
Looks like they're going to continue discussions here. You can see Eagleton's head coach ready to head out there too if he needs to. I think they're going to say that's going to remain an out. So now Darty moves up to third, and Caden Shoemaker steps up to the plate. Now playing center field. Where's he batting in the lineup now? He's apparently moved into the 7 hole. So the DH, Calvin, definitely been burned now.
No, Calvin Smith is still in the lineup. He's in the on-deck circle.
Oh.
So they are replacing Maddox is who they're replacing now.
Regardless, 2 outs. Caden Shoemaker in the box. First pitch to him is going to get away. Darty's going to make a break for the plate, and he's going to make it in. So now just a 1-run lead for the Royals.
Mistake pitch there by Johnson as the catcher, Charlie Caldwell, unable to get any kind of leather on that one, went all the way back to the backstop, and that's just a nice heads-up play by Carter Darty. As soon as he saw that it was by, he was on his horse and heading towards home, picked up 90 feet and a run for the Indians.
So now the score 3-2. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. 1-0 count to Shoemaker. Next pitch is outside. It's going to be 2-0. as there's a ground ball. Oh, the shortstop not able to come up with it, and he'll be on first.
That right there, I believe, was going to be an infield single either way. I don't think even if he was to field that cleanly, he was throwing out Caden Shoemaker at first.
As up steps Calvin Smith, still the designated hitter, I guess.
Correct.
I didn't see him in right field.
That's correct. He is the designated hitter. They've replaced Maddox Hutcherson, is what they've done now. They replaced Maddox with Shoemaker.
As now Shoemaker leads off first, 2 outs. Pickoff attempt. He's in there safely. Can I be 100% honest?
Yes.
I don't think I've seen a successful pickoff attempt in 2 years.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
If we had a couple pitchers back in my heyday, back in the early 2000s, that were very good at it.
Shoemaker's taking off for second, but the throw down.
They saw him coming, but he still beat out that throw.
So now Shoemaker moves into second.
Yeah, pitch was well high for a ball as Caldwell actually stood up, knew that he was getting ready to take off. He stood up and grabbed that one almost at the helmet of Smith.
2-0, excuse me there.
Easy. Long day?
Kind of just mediocre.
I got you.
Truthfully. As he'll take that pitch, it's 3-0.
Smith doing his job as the DH, looking to get on. That's what you're tailored to do as a DH. Make sure you're getting on base.
I mean, the position's called designated hitter. I mean, you're supposed to get up there and be a hitter, you know. And that does include drawing walks.
Singled his first time up. Can he draw the walk here or possibly even find his way on via the hit?
As he's going to take the – I'm going to venture to say that might have been an automatic take there.
Oh, yeah, no question.
But honestly, not a bad pitch to take anyway. But the count is 3-1.
Is it the 5th inning?
It's the bottom of the 4th.
Okay, I thought I was tripping. Thank you.
As he's going to chop one right side.
That may be some trouble, though. Nope.
And they're going to take it for the out. 1 run comes in for the Indians in this one, as we're going to head to the top of the 5th after the break here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
Buying a home can be an exciting but stressful process. However, usually it's over pretty quickly. Building a home, on the other hand, that's a much longer process. And with that long time period comes different pitfalls and dangers. Let our experts at United Cumberland Bank help you navigate this world. Something that you're probably not used to doing, but something that we do on a daily basis.
Vigilance Security and Technology offers cutting-edge security solutions tailored for industrial, commercial, and residential spaces. With our 4K resolution cameras, expert installation, and comprehensive networking services, you'll experience unparalleled clarity and peace of mind. Secure your future with the team that goes the extra mile. Call Vigilance today. 423-286-3533.
Welcome back as we're set to begin the top of the 5th here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network, as we have a new arm towing the hill for the Indians. That's the senior Aiden Frazier, the lefty. And funny things happened as a result of this. The former pitcher Gabe Brennan has now moved to first base, a position he is definitely not known for playing. Brennan, mostly a third baseman, as we know, has played some sparse shortstop and second base here and there. I do not think I have ever seen Gabe Brennan play first base, so it's going to be interesting to watch. And we're lucky we have it live here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network, as we're going to be set to kick things off here in just a moment. As Strunk's going to throw down, and we're going to get underway.
Yeah, I saw Frazier warming up in between innings out here in foul territory. Wasn't sure if he was coming in this inning or maybe another inning after this. But the Indians now down 3-2. They're looking to get this or get any chance that they can of getting back into this ball game. And now you throw in Frazier here, who has a nice speed at the plate. And good question is, will Eagleton be able to catch up to his speed?
So we're going to start things off 1-0. 5-6-7 due up for Eagleton this inning with Chase Herman in the box right now, and he has a 1-0 count. Next pitch is going to be grounded third base side, going to be fielded by Darty. And Gabe Brennan, is going to get his first.
Gabe Brennan with his first put out.
At first base on the 5-3 put out. As now up steps Nate Clemmer for the Royals. So Frazier, a quick out to start things off, just 2 pitches in. That pitch right on the outside corner, strike 1 from Frazier there on the fastball.
Wasn't sure if we'd see Frazier today with the very elongated schedule that the Indians have this week. Once again, this is the first of 6 contests for Oneida in the week.
Right now, he'd be set, if he pitches the rest of the game, he'd be set to only pitch 3 innings. So really it's a matter of how efficient can he be up there on the mound.
Yep, pitch count.
Pitch count. I've seen Frazier go as far as 120 pitches in a game before.
Let's hope he doesn't get to that in 3 innings.
Well,
I'll just say that.
That was a 7-inning game.
Correct.
But count now 2-1.
Now I think that is
that's the limit.
He went limit now.
He went to the limit. I remember because he's like, I want to finish the game, but he couldn't.
Nope.
He's like, we're like, you can't.
It's not allowed by the rules of the ball game.
Of the at the high school level.
Correct. Yes. Which I'm not sure if I am a huge fan of the 120 limit. I mean, I understand it.
Well, pitchers at the major league level rather rarely, venture above that nowadays.
Yes, correct.
As he's going to walk a runner there, and that's going to put a runner on first base for the Royals.
I remember a young man at the collegiate level where I went to school. His name was Lucas Duda. He was a pitcher for Campbellsville.
Say that last name one more time.
Duda, D-U-D-A.
I thought you said Gouda, like the cheese. Maybe I'm just hungry.
Duda. But he fired 153 in one game.
Eli Campbell stepping in for the Royals. Now, 153 is a lot of pitches. First pitch outside, ball 1.
What's crazy about that, though, was that he actually started that game. It was the first game of the conference tournament. He sat game 2, came in relief in game 3 2 days later, and then started game 4 that night.
That one's going to be a strike, 1-1. That's insane.
That's the definition of a rubber arm. Mm-hmm. Is what that is. I think he threw like 260 pitches in 3 days.
Other names for that include Iron Horse and Potential Stupidity. Pick over to first base is unsuccessful. Lefty pickoff move of Aiden Frazier.
I think he realized that he wasn't going to be playing later on, and he was a senior. He was trying his best to get a conference championship for his team.
Next pitch is once again outside. 2-1.
That's one of those. I don't think as the coach he's looking at him to say, "Hey, I need you here." I think it's him going to the coach saying, "Hey, I want the ball. Give me the rock."
That one's going to be in there. 2-2 now. Still that runner on first. Which, I mean, that would be par for the course in 1880.
Yes.
Back when, people like Old Hoss Radbourne got 56 wins in a season.
Yep.
And that's never going to be touched again.
Nice pitch.
As there's going to be strike 3, now 2 outs in this inning.
A little bit of a slider there from Frazier.
Still that runner on first. Charlie Johnson, still the pitcher, set in now. Yeah, that's a record that's never going to be touched.
No, not even
wins,
close.
Because I don't think a pitcher will get 56 starts this season. That one's going to be right over the head of A.J. Harper, going to be a base hit as Shoemaker is going to fire it in. So now runners on first and second with 2 outs as up steps Lane Cope.
Yeah, A.J. Harper went over to try to make a nice play over there at short for that one. He just realized that there was no chance, I don't believe, that he was going to be able to get to that one, even on a full extension.
We're going to see a courtesy runner here for the pitcher.
That's number 9. I believe it's Hahn again.
That's Hahn. Christian Hahn. As now those runners lead off first and second. Frazier's first pitch to Cope. He's going to be outside, ball 1.
This is a spot in the lineup. If you're Eagleton, if you get production out of your 9-hole spot right here, it's a big at-bat for the Royals in this situation. We're only leading by 1.
As now the next pitch is going to be flied in the air out to right field. And it's going to be dropped. That's Ryder Watson out there in right field. Is it? Yes, it is. He's left-handed. As now that run's going to come in to score. And it's 4-2 now.
Exactly what we were just talking about right there. The 9-hole comes up, produces, gets you a big insurance run heading into the latter innings here of this ball game. And now you still have 2 on the corners with 2 down, and you roll the lineup over.
As up steps Willard King, like you said, lineup rolls over. I can't stop yawning. Maybe I should stop thinking about yawning. That's probably why. That is Ryder Watson playing right field now.
Yes.
I mean, that ball just in no man's land. That's a tough play for anyone to make.
Oh, absolutely.
As there's one sliced, and it's foul. Starting things off 0-1. That ball barely foul. I mean, just heart-dropping almost. As if that ball's
get a room, you two,
just barely the other way, that's a double down the line.
That's strike 1.
Strunk making the first and third call now. I used to know what that meant, but I don't anymore. As here's the pitch from Frazier. Runner takes off for second. Pump fakes the throw and keeps that runner at third. But that runner comes in safely, so now 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs. Eagleton clinging to a 2-run lead here in this one. As here's the pitch from Frazier. It's going to be a ball. Frazier from the stretch. He kicks and fires. As that's a screaming line drive pulled down the line. And that's going to be 2-strike count now. As he's swinging on that one for strike 3. That's the 3rd out of this one. 1 run comes in for the Royals. And we're going to head to the bottom of the 5th after the break here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
El Rey is Scott County's home for great Mexican flavor. Located in Oneida Plaza, we're just up the sidewalk from Walmart. From our fresh chips that are made daily to our chicken or beef fajitas that are big enough to share, El Rey uses the freshest ingredients to serve authentic Mexican dishes that will be a hit with the entire family. Stop in before the game on Friday or pop in on Saturday and watch college football on one of nearly a dozen screens while you eat. That's El Rey Azteca, open until 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 10 p.m. on weekends.
Respect, compassion, integrity, commitment, community. Those are a few of the principles that guide Mountain People's Health Councils in everything we do. We respect our patients and their need for quality health care. We have compassion on those that are sick and hurting and need help. We are committed to do everything we can to help those in need. And we're focused on providing our friends, family, and neighbors with the very best health care available.
Welcome back as we're set to begin the bottom of the fifth here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network. 9-1-2 due up for the Indians. A.J. Harper set to step in the box. The Royals clinging to a 2-run lead. And first pitch is going to be fouled off by A.J. Harper. You doing all right over there?
I'm doing fine. We may have to find a new PA announcer here shortly.
As Harper's going to fly that one high in the air.
Oh,
Ooh.
goodness.
Ooh.
No, I think it ended up getting the seat.
I mean, that's a... Ooh, that was scary there. That almost hit a woman in the stands. But I think...
I mean, that thing barely cleared the fence to get out of play. Wow.
So Harper now faces 0-2. And he's going to be rung up there on the breaking ball. Strike three.
That has been a very good pitch for Mr. Johnson thus far this evening. That 0-2 curveball starts nice and high, but it's got some nice late break to it there at the end. And A.J. Harper goes down looking. I believe that's the second time now.
As now the lineup flips over, and we're seeing Eli Rector back up at the plate.
Indians need some offense, need the bats to get going here a little bit, down to their final 8 outs.
That one's in there, strike one.
He's getting a little bit more confident in his curveball.
I thought that was like a two-seamer. That one's going to be outside. Counts 1-1. Johnson, next pitch to Rector. It is going to be chopped third base side. Third baseman can't make the play on it. It is fielded by the shortstop, but no throw as Rector's going to be in there on the, I think that's likely going to be called an error.
Third time that Eli has made his way onto the bags here this afternoon. Once again, it's one of those things where you just do whatever you can to get on. And once again, now Rector stands at first. Tying run coming to the plate in the form of Gabe Brennan.
Do you know Brennan's stat line on the night? Because I can't think of it off the top of my head.
I don't believe he's made it on yet.
No,
he did make it. He made it on. I think he made it on via the walk earlier on in the ball game.
He's turned into a fish just there.
Mm-hmm.
Bowfish. It's like go fish.
Yes.
Johnson's pitch. It's the curveball. And third baseman's going to get it. 5, 4, 3 double play with the amazing scoop over there by the Eagleton first baseman for the third out in this one. So the Royals are going to go into the sixth with a 2-run lead. We'll be back with the top of the sixth after the break here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
Relive the moments that made history. On the field, in the gym, and across our community. From thrilling game-winning plays to unforgettable graduations, SFN has over 1,600 videos ready to watch anytime. Join sfn.tv for just $4.99 a month and unlock decades of local memories. Want to own a piece of history? Visit shop.sfn.tv for digital downloads and DVDs of your favorite events. Subscribe or shop today at sfn.tv, your home for local sports and community memories.
If you're a DIYer, Lumber King is your supplier. Equipment and tools, we got it. Paint and cleaning supplies, we got it. Rugged apparel and lawn care, we got that too. Visit us at 20359 Alberta Street in Oneida, Tennessee to make all your DIY dreams come true.
Welcome back as we're set to begin the top of the sixth here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network. The Royals still clinging to the 2-run lead after the 5-4-3 double play ended last inning. Did I say 5-run lead? I meant 2-run lead. I'm not sure what I said, if I'm honest. I might be going crazy, ladies and gentlemen. I believe out in the outfield, Caden Shoemaker and Ben Sexton playing quarterback and center out there. You missed it, Bo. Caden Shoemaker snapped the ball between his legs. Ben
That's not a shock.
dropped back, made the throw.
Eagleton does have a little bit of action up outside the here in the bullpen. I guess you call it the bullpen out here in foul territory. Nate Clemmer is warming up for the Royals, maybe coming in, possibly could be coming in for a 6-out save situation.
Can you get a save with 6 outs?
Absolutely, you can. You can actually get a save all the way up to 9 outs.
I knew 9. I thought you could only get it with 9 and 3.
Nope, you can get a 6-out save as long as it's under a 3-run lead.
Oh, actually, okay. That makes a lot of sense.
Yep. As long as it's a 3-run lead or less, you can get a 6-out save. The only way you can get it, or you can get a 9-out save with any amount of
I knew that.
Runs.
I knew that. First pitch, ball 1, 2, 3, 4 set up for the Royals with Jack Kidd currently up. I knew the 9-out save. You can get that with any amount of runs.
Yep, you can get a 6 with as long as there's 3 runs or less.
Because when I'm playing like baseball video games and I want a stat pad, I'll be.
You're
up
that guy.
Yeah, I'll be up by 10 and I'll put my closer in the 7th.
Oh man, but you're gonna wear his arm out.
No, not if I'm playing offline.
Well, true.
That pitch is gonna be strike 1. Counts 1-1 now. I don't do that in MLB The Show. I do that in Super Mega Baseball.
Oh, okay.
I have an extensive collection of baseball video games at my house.
I like it.
Shout out to The Bigs, an amazing baseball game.
Which I've got to get the new one. I've not got onto the new show yet.
MLB The Show 25?
Nope, not got it yet.
I've not gotten a chance to play it much, but when I have, it's been a solid game. 2-1 count now.
Oh, nice pitch.
Ooh. Actually, it was not a 2-1 count because he thought he drew the walk there.
Yep.
So now it's a full count.
Yeah, Mr. Kidd's going to have to come back to the box.
Mr. Kidd is in the box.
True.
I'm looking at him. I'm poking him.
Yes, you are. Don't poke the bear. Don't poke the bear.
He's going to foul that one off. Count will remain full. Other area's going to poke him right there.
You guys.
There's a wasp desperately trying to get into our box.
It is. It's trying its best.
Trying.
It's been like that for the last couple of innings.
He doesn't understand the concept of glass. Payoff pitch from Frazier is going to be
just
a walk.
missed. Yep. Frazier was not happy about it, but it was just a little bit outside.
So leadoff hitter gets on. As now comes on the 3-hole hitter, Jace Simon.
Right there, if you're Frazier, you don't want to wear your emotions too much on your sleeve right there and show it to your umpire, because then that could see it get squeezed a little bit further.
Now, when has Frazier ever wore his emotions on
Never,
his sleeve?
never. Young man he does a lot of good things out there on the field for the Indians.
Bunt attempt going to be right back our way. It's going to be 0-1.
And if I'm Frazier right there, I attack the same way, because if he's not going to be able to get that bunt down, that now puts him. If he tries for another bunt attempt right there and goes foul, now you've got him at an 0-2 count, takes the bunt away. Because right now Eagleton trying to play small ball.
Frazier. Runner takes off, but it's going to be nullified by the foul ball.
So now takes the bunt away, but maybe the hit and run's still on. Not sure. 0-2 count with nobody down.
I mean, I think it's a hit and run situation, but I'm not the coach.
You're an aggressive coach if you like to go on an 0-2 hit and run. I will say that.
The ball's going to scoot away, so that runner's going to pull into second base anyhow with a 1-2 count. What color is that sleeve that Frazier's wearing? Is that gray?
Yeah, I believe it's a gray, whitish gray.
You're not allowed to wear pure white.
That's right.
When you're pitching.
That's right.
So that's got to be a gray. Didn't know that. Yeah, it hides the ball in your arm.
Yep.
We're teaching Will King a thing or two over here. Next pitch outside, it's 2-2.
Frazier's still trying to attack there on the outside corner, which has been his bread and butter for most of the season. Right now, though, just struggling to try to get that last strike here in this at-bat.
And that's going to be strike 3. That's the first out of the inning here in the top of the 6th.
Did exactly what I said he wanted to do. Go right back at that spot once again. This time he beats the batter, gets out number 1, now brings up the left-handed catcher in Charlie Caldwell.
Still that runner on second in scoring position, 1 out. As the first pitch is going to be a ball. It's 1-0.
Yeah, Frazier now with the left-handed hitter, is he going to stay in that spot as the lefty pitcher and try to attack him on the inside corner?
I would say he's going to try to attack the outside more than anything.
I think that's where Strunk's going to set up. But
It's all a ruse.
He's still going for that inside spot.
2-0 count now. Now that also could just be a potential missed spot.
It could be. Yeah, he's not really digging up onto the line, though.
Next pitch.
There
That's on that outside part of the plate for 2-1. So I think we're starting to see a setup game here. Set up that outside corner and then change it up eye levels on him with that outside. And also, I think that was a little bit high.
Yeah, and he took a little bit off that pitch as well. So
Frazier's going to step off here. He steps back on.
Right down the
That's
street.
going to be strike 2.
Straight
so now
down.
2-2.
2-2. Yeah, you're right. 2-2 count.
Well, that's not what I was trying to say. I was trying to say 2 and 2, but I just said 2-2. Frazier would look pretty in the 2-2.
Hope he does not go back and listen to that and hear you say that.
He'd find it funny.
Oh, nice pitch.
That's going to be strike 3 there on the outside corner. So now that runner's still on second base, now with 2 outs.
Great pitch from Frazier there to attack the outside corner.
As up steps Chase Herman here for the Royals. That pitch on the outside corner, strike 1. So that runner standing on second base, obviously no sacrifice now with 2 outs. You got to find something, you got to drive it, and you got to hit it.
Just missing off the outside corner.
Counts 1-1 now. As Frazier gets the sign. From the stretch, he'll deliver. as there's a fly ball hit out into the left center field gap as Sexton's going to get it. And that's going to be the third out here on this one on the fly out to left field. Call that an F7 in the books. We'll take a break and be back with the bottom of the sixth here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
Home-style cooking with friendly service in a relaxed atmosphere. That's Razax. Razax offers breakfast served daily, just like Grandma fixed it, and daily specials like country fried steak, turkey and dressing, and of course, a fish fry every Friday. Razax has a full menu, ranging from quick and easy favorites like hamburgers and club sandwiches to comfort foods like pinto beans. And you'll love something off the grill, like grade A cut sirloin, ribeye, or shrimp kebabs. Razax. Country cooking and great steaks.
Forget the bucket. Stop buying those expensive car care products. For a supreme clean, visit TNT Car Wash in Oneida. TNT Car Wash features the latest in automatic car wash technology. Our wash bays offer friction or touchless options that are tough on road grime, but gentle on your car's finish. These feature-packed automatics give you complete control of the wash. Want to wash it yourself? TNT also has traditional wash bays. And don't forget the interior. Both vacuum and shampoo stations available. For a dynamite clean, TNT Car Wash Oneida.
Welcome back here for the bottom of the sixth here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network, bringing you baseball action from the Jack E. Lay Sports Complex as we're getting into the later stages of this ball game. The Royals trying to keep that 2-run lead where it is, and the Indians trying to get those bats fired up. With the heart of the lineup set up here, 3, 4, 5. Aiden Frazier set to lead off this inning.
Royals going to stay with Charlie Johnson out on the hill right now. Once again, Clemmer was warming up earlier on in this ball game, so we'll see how short of a rope that Johnson is going to be given here in this one. And special shout out to Scott West over at Eagleton, the athletic director, as he's watching in, said that we needed to figure out a way to move that pole right there at the home plate. I said, buddy, I'd love to, but they don't ask us media people how to set up a field or a press box. So,
well, also that pole's kind of
sort of necessary.
It's integral to the structure of the field. It's not like we can just get rid of it. Frazier starts things off 1-0. As he's going to foul one off there, it'll be evened up at 1-1. Frazier steps back in the box. Johnson to deliver. The pitch is going to be swung on high in the air out to left center, as the left fielder is going to have it for the first out. Which brings up the 4-hole hitter, Carter Darty.
Number 7,
up to
Carter
the freshman.
Darty.
Yeah, Frazier just did not get all of that one. Got a little too much air into that one. Once again, the way the wind is blowing here in Bear Creek this evening, that's going to knock a lot of balls down, hit up into the air, especially out towards center and left field.
First pitch swinging by Darty. It's going to be grounded to the third baseman. He will not make the play, and Darty's going to be safe on error.
Third baseman's had a couple of those tonight hit towards him. Jay Simon, where he's just misplayed the hop or something of that nature. But once again, now it's going to put another Indian on with a potential tying run coming to the plate. Ben Sexton now to the dish.
Like you said, number 2, Ben Sexton coming up.
Well, he laid down a sac bunt his last time up. Don't think that's going to be the case here.
Couldn't hear it. Will over here was talking about it at Wartburg when he came up with that clutch hit to walk it off.
The infield single, yeah.
The 7th. Well, whose fault was that?
Mine, man. I got too much on my plate.
Starting things off 1-0 to Ben Sexton. Darty leading off first. Pitch is in there for strike 1.
I think it's just a 0-1 count. I think they threw over on the first pitch.
You're right.
Yes.
Well, listen, You can call a pick off a ball. I mean, it's not over the plate.
Yeah.
No, that's not the rules of the game. Breaking ball in there, strike 2.
Looping curveball there from Johnson. Absolutely had Sexton frozen at the plate.
Steps in with an 0-2 count. I've wanted to talk about it all night, but I haven't done it. The way that Johnson stands on the mound, kind of a closed pitching stance.
Yes.
It's interesting to me. He's got his back turned to the hitter almost. As there's another breaking ball, but this one's in the dirt. It's 1-2.
The front foot well out in front of his plant leg back on the. I see what you're talking about. Very Hideki Nomo-ish.
You just messed up that name. You just combined two people.
You
combined Hideki
Hideo.
Matsui.
Sorry,
Hideo Nomo.
Why did I say Hideki?
And Hideki
oh my gosh.
Matsui.
Yeah, Hideki Matsui doesn't, but Hideo Nomo does.
As that's going to be strike 3 there, 2 outs.
I thought that was a drop strike 3. Well, it doesn't matter. They can't make the throw down to first because it's occupied.
Now batting number 99.
As now here comes number 99, Elijah Strunk. Darty still off first. But also Hideo Nomo would turn his back completely.
Yeah.
Like it's Dontrell Willis, but even more so somehow.
You didn't know that was actually possible until you seen Dontrell Willis actually do it.
Because he gets
Nomo was completely turned.
He gets his legs so high up there. Talking about Willis.
Mm-hmm.
Willis gets his legs so high up there, and yet somehow he gets his legs so high up there, and he almost turns around. But somehow he's still getting there. Darty takes off for second. Ground ball up the middle from Strunk. They're going to fire it over to first. The second baseman will make the play for out number 3 as we're heading into the 7th inning, but very well could be the final inning in this one. We'll be back after the break here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
A local bank puts its customers first.
A local bank is committed to giving back and being a community partner.
A local bank is with you every step of the way and celebrates your success.
A local bank is a familiar face that treats you like family.
A local bank is big enough to serve you and small enough to know you by name.
For 120 years, First National Bank has been Scott County's local bank. First National Bank, your family, your future, your bank.
If you vape, you could be inhaling toxic metals into your lungs. To show how scary that is, we made Metal Monster. With special effects that show metal particles being inhaled. And music that would have made your heart race. But nothing is as scary as the facts. Vaping can deliver toxic metals like nickel and lead into your lungs. That's metal in your lungs.
Tail slate.
Welcome back as we're set to begin what very well could be the final inning in this one. Top of the 7th here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network. The Eagleton Royals still have that 2-run lead, and they're going to try to get a couple insurance runs here in the I'm not going to say the final inning, but what could be the final inning. Final inning of regulation.
There you go.
Final inning of regulation. I know words.
I know you do.
This is why you didn't give me this job. Yeah, you kind of did.
You said that you were interested in it, and I was very obliged to give you the opportunity, and I think you've ran very well with it. I commend you for what you've done.
No, Will, shut up.
Will, you had the opportunity to jump on this last year, and you didn't jump on it. You had to wait until after you left. Huh? I wanted you to jump on this stuff a little bit last year too, but you didn't.
I wanted to, and you wouldn't let me.
No.
Yes.
I wanted you to have the opportunity to get in here, but you still needed to freshen up on your terminology and stuff. You didn't really have that opportunity.
I'm not going to lie to you. Over spring break, I almost bought you a baseball dictionary. Nate Klimmer stepping in now for the Eagleton Royals. I did not end up buying you that baseball dictionary, but I really thought about it.
You should have. I'll probably need it for next year too, man.
First pitch outside, ball one. No,
and Johnny, you've watched a lot of baseball, and that's the reason why you're such a natural at doing this. You've watched it, you've studied it. That's the biggest part of becoming a broadcaster and learning how to do this trade is to watch others do it.
There's a fly ball out into left field. Sexton has a beat on it. He'll make the catch for out number one. Yeah, I agree with that.
Now batting number 3, Eli Campbell.
I was gonna buy him that book. It was $1.50 at McKay's used books. Why didn't you then? I bought $60 worth of Scott Pilgrim. That's why I didn't buy you that book.
Oh my goodness!
It was $1.50.
You see what this broadcast can go to every now and then. We always have fun here on the Oneida Indians Network and IH Sports Network.
And we hope you're having fun too, listening at home, listening to us bicker and argue like a family.
It's because that's what we are, honestly. Yeah. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Starting things off, 0-1 to who's this?
This is number 3. This is Eli Campbell, the right fielder.
Campbell. So now things 1-1. Next pitch from Frazier.
Nice
Swung
pitch.
on 1-2.
Nice pitch by Frazier. Sort of had Campbell guessing there with a little bit of looked more like a changeup, actually. Didn't look like his full-on fastball.
As that's going to be strike. No, they're going to say foul
Yep,
ball.
Foul tipped off.
Foul ball, 1-2. I thought that was just going to be a drop third strike, but no, foul ball. That actually makes more sense. One and 2 count to Campbell. The pitch from Frazier is a little bit outside. 2-2.
He was biting on that outside corner once again. This time just a little too far off the black for the umpire's liking.
As there's ball 3. So now we battle back into a full count. Campbell showing a lot of resilience at the plate here in this one. But here's the payoff pitch. It's going to be skied in the air. First base side, Brennan is going to have it for out number 2. There we see a play by Gabe Brennan, the out-of-position first baseman.
Charlie Johnson.
Scott West said, we could see Tim Smith hanging from that pole with a camera. We would do that over here at Eagleton. Well, if that's the case, I want to see that tomorrow, Scott. That's all I can say. Return the favor with a broadcast for us.
I'm not even going to comment on that. As that one almost nearly runs in and hits him 1-0.
He didn't even flinch.
This is the pitcher, Charlie Johnson. Next pitch by Frazier is going to be outside, 2-0. Frazier delivers. Once again outside.
Struggling a little bit in this at-bat to find the strike zone against Johnson.
Count. Frazier, here's the pitch. In there for a strike. It's going to be 3-1.
Not sure why he threw the bat after
I think he thought he had been walked.
Oh, I thought that the ump made a pretty quick strike call.
It looked like he was calling him out.
It did almost look like his ring up. Frazier now covering his face with his glove. That's a new one.
He does it all the time.
Nice pitch.
Now we're back in a full count here. Frazier battling back after the 3-0 count.
Attack, attack, attack if you are 4-2 out on the hill here for the Indians.
Good movie, 42.
Great movie.
And that's going to be called strike 3 for the third out of the inning. And now we're going to the bottom of the 7th with the Indians' last chance in this one. Here after the break on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
Scenic Foods is about freshness, with meat cut in-store daily and special cut upon request. A deli that offers fresh meats and cheeses sliced to your choosing. A produce department offering fresh fruits and vegetables, and of course a full line of competitively priced groceries to meet your weekly shopping needs. Scenic Foods is about value and convenience. Don't have time to cook supper? Try our cheese sticks, pizza, and wings, as well as our fresh-made desserts and side dishes. Need to fill an empty pantry? We have all you need at Scenic Foods, located at 7352 Baker Highway in Huntsville.
The superior technology of fiber optics carries a communication signal that is more robust and reliable than older technologies. Connecting homes and businesses directly to fiber optic networks enables enormous improvements in what bandwidth devices are capable of delivering. Experience Highland Communications' world-class broadband, delivered over Highland Telephone Cooperative's fiber optic network to make your online experience extraordinary. Highland Telephone and Highland Communications. World-class connections with a local, hometown touch.
Welcome back for the Indians' final chance in this one. Bottom of the 7th here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network. And it looks like Charlie Johnson's going to go the distance in this one.
Going to attempt to, at least.
Yep, he's set to keep on hurling. And I mean throwing, not throwing up.
And we've got the...
I believe that's 7, 8, 9 due up.
6, 7, 8.
No.
Because remember, Shoemaker came in to replace Hutchison,
who is in the 7 hole.
Oh, I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm looking over here at the. I forgot that we had the DH in. I apologize.
Bo.
My bad.
So Caden Shoemaker now stepping in as he's going to fly one out into left field.
Oh.
Good play by the left fielder, able to make that catch on a hop. So now the Indians down to their last 2 outs here in this one, as up steps the freshman designated hitter, Calvin Smith. I almost said Calvin Johnson.
Shoemaker got a nice little ride into that one, but Nate Klemmer just happened to be right place, right time. 1 pitch, 1 out here. Indians down to their final 2 outs.
Indians looking for 2 runs to tie, 3 to walk it off. As Calvin Smith now. First pitch, outside, ball 1.
He's been on twice today. Once via the single and another via the walk.
I keep wanting to call him Calvin Johnson, which is weird because I'm a Green Bay Packers fan.
Oh, wow, that is definitely weird then.
As now, that one a little bit high, 2-0. I mean, he played for the Lions, but I still like Calvin Johnson. I mean, I can't deny what he did.
I was going to say he was a phenomenal receiver.
Phenomenal receiver. Maybe the best skill set of any receiver I've ever seen. As there's a chopper, second base side. Second baseman coming in on it. Cannot pick it up. Still attempts to make the play, but he was going to be safe regardless. So now Calvin's on by via the error, and that brings up the 9-hole hitter, A.J. Harper.
Get that man.
1 out.
Get that man a gummy. Have you not seen it? I guess this year then.
Oh, what?
The gummy worms.
What about them?
So when a player gets down to first successfully for the Indians, Coach Jacob Hamilton's down at first base, and if they get on first, they get a gummy.
Oh.
They get a gummy worm.
Oh.
It's an incentive to get down to first. Get that gummy worm. Get that man. That's 3 gummy worms for the day. That's a good day for Calvin Smith.
I have not noticed that, but he's got a pinch runner, it looks like here. Is that Creighton West?
Believe so.
First pitch to A.J. Harper is high, ball 1.
Indians got to try to fight back here. Once again, they're down to their final 2 outs. Tying run at the plate in the form of A.J. Harper.
Once again, Harper still looking for his first hit on the season. That would be pivotal for it to become here.
Good patience.
Going to be 2-0.
It's kind of hard to pitch to him because, I mean, his frame is very small.
Well, even with a compact frame like A.J. Harper at the plate, the strike zone is supposed to be very universal, correct. So
I don't know. You ever watch Ricky Henderson highlights?
Yes.
They give
Ooh.
him, I mean, he had that hunch. 2-1 count now after the swing. He had that hunch, and they just gave him that small strike zone.
They really did.
And what did it get him? He was just the all-time leader in walks for about 2 seasons before Barry Bonds did Barry Bonds things. Two and 1 count here. Pickoff attempt. He's in there safely.
Yeah, you couldn't come up with a bigger hit right now if you're A.J. Harper than in this instance for the Indians. Once again, still fighting for all those district victories that they possibly can. Eagleton, though, trying to sway that away from Oneida this afternoon. They've done a nice job out in the field.
As now we're looking at 3 and 1.
If you're Harper, it's got to be close here if you're going to be swinging. I mean, it's got to be in the strike zone.
But now with this 3-1 count, you have the advantage. You're in control here.
Absolutely. Be selective. He can be as selective as he wants to be.
Or as he doesn't want to be. But ideally as he wants to be. West taking off for second base. The swing by Harper. He's going to pull into second base safely, but Harper now faces a full count.
Does get a runner 90 feet closer to scoring for Oneida.
Puts him in scoring position.
Something to the right side here in the gap would be a big, big help for Oneida.
As AJ's going to take the walk, puts runners on first and second with only 1 out, and we're going to flip the lineup over. Eli Rector stepping in for the Indians.
Eli Rector.
I believe Eli may have been on safely all 3 times today for the Indians this time.
Going to be called here.
Question is are they going to make the move to a different pitcher?
We saw, what's the left fielder's name?
Nate Clemmer.
Nate Clemmer. We saw him warming up a little bit earlier. But
they are going to pull the starting pitcher. The question is who are they going to go with? It's not going to be Clemmer. Clemmer's still out and left.
It looks like
number 18. It's the third baseman, Jace Simon. I did see him warming up back in the 6th.
So what do you say we take a quick break while he warms up?
It's fine. Take a 30.
Take a break and be back here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
Danny's Drugs has been dedicated to providing patients with quality healthcare services since 1966. From our beginnings as a fountain drugstore to our current location on the 4th Lane in Oneida, one thing has remained the same: exceptional service. Our staff of highly motivated and carefully trained professionals understand your needs and respond to them in a personal and friendly manner. Our staff works together as a team to provide the finest patient care available. That's Danny's Drugs, putting patients first since 1966.
Short break, and we're back here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network, as now those runners on first and second for the Indians with the new arm, Jay Simon, in for the Royals. And leadoff hitter Eli Rector set to see Simon's first pitches here in this one.
Jay Simon coming in a safe situation, 2 on, 1 down, with Eli Rector coming to the plate as the form of the go-ahead run for the Indians. Tying run 270 feet away for Oneida. As the Indians roll that lineup over, we'll have to see how patient now can Oneida be in this one as we head towards this latter half of the 7th inning.
I want to point out the change in arm slot going from Johnson to Simon, as Johnson had that straight over the top, and now Simon's coming in at a 3/4 nearly sidearm.
Yep, 3/4. Yeah, you're right. It is very close to being a sidearm pitch coming out of the arm of Simon.
So that's going to be an adjustment that the Indians have to make, but we're going to see how well they make the adjustment as Eli Rector steps in the box with runners on first and second and 1 out. First pitch from Simon is in there, strike 1.
Looks like young man's got a pretty good fastball. I saw a breaking ball in the warm-ups as well. He located it pretty well.
Of course, West and Harper leading off first and actually second and first respectively. Ball's going to get away from the catcher, and those runners are going to move into scoring position. Now the run's 90 and 180 feet away.
Tying run just 180 away. As a base hit into the outfield could possibly tie this ball game up.
As Rector's going to be swinging there, moves the count to 1-2.
Got to trigger a little earlier there if you're Eli. A little bit more speed on this pitcher from Simon.
Simon delivers. That one gets away. West breaking for the plate. He'll make it in standing, and Harper moves up to third base. That tying run now 90 feet away as the Indians now only trail by 1.
And the crucial point of this is that there is still just 1 down in the inning.
1 out.
Was that 1 down?
Oh, 1 down.
1 down, 1 on. The tying run on.
I was thinking like football. I was like, what are you talking about?
No, not first down. No, 1 down in the inning.
First down.
Tough swing there by Rector as he goes down swinging.
Football analogies, that's a fumble right there. I'm kidding.
So now here comes Gabe Brennan, going to try to help himself out from earlier on in the game. Right now, of course, in line for the loss if they were to not get another run in. But if he was to drive in another run right here, gets that no decision.
It's that no decision. That's not a win or a loss. But the Indians do have 2 outs. There's no such thing as a sacrifice. Gabe Brennan has to get on base in order to extend the Indians' chances in this one. Starting things out well, taking a pitch for 1-0.
Simon mixing up his locations for Eagleton.
As Brennan's gonna slice one foul.
I think that's the second time you called him Ginnon tonight. I like that. That's a new nickname for Gabe. Go Gabe Ginnon. One count.
Brendan back in the box now. Almost at first pitch. There's another ball that gets away from the catcher. 2-1, but not far away enough for Harper to score.
AJ was being aggressive, though. Made sure he got a nice secondary there after the pitch. And looks as if a ball gets away from Campbell here that the Indians may try to make the play at the plate.
Counts 2-1 to Brennan. Now 3-1 after that pitch goes outside. I think I called him Grinnin the first time.
It may have been what it was.
He does do a lot of grinning. So.
He does. He's a cheese in this kid. I love it.
You should see his football pictures.
Oh, I know it. I love it every year. He's going to show off them pearly whites.
As he's going to ground one to the shortstop. Shortstop fields it, fires to first, comes off the bag. The run scores on the error. We are tied, ladies and gentlemen. And Gabe Brennan now standing on first base.
The game-winning run. Now on first, Aiden Frazier coming to the plate.
This is the hitter you want in this situation. Batting close to 400 on the season. Already drove in 20. So, Aiden Frazier definitely has a chance to be the hero here.
Take a look at your alignment also in the outfield right now. Left field playing normal depth, center normal depth. Right field is a little shallow, and they're giving a lot of room over on the right field line as well. If Frazier has any opposite field or chance, this is the biggest place for him to do it.
So now Brennan leading off first. First pitch swinging out of his shoes.
Yeah, he was looking to
start things off 0-1.
He was looking to try to finish this with one swing right there on that one. No questions about it.
You can't do that. You still got to be patient in the box, even in this situation. Next pitch to Frazier. There's the patience. We are 1-1.
Little high and tight. Nice matchup here between Simon and Frazier. Oh,
swinging there on a pitch way outside. It's 1-2.
Yeah, that slider right there definitely caught Frazier off guard.
And Dude, sliders are so hard to read out of the
They are.
hands.
They
Especially
are.
a good slide, like an Adam Ottavino. I once saw Adam Ottavino get a guy to swing at a pitch closer to the on-deck circle than the plate. As that's going to be outside. It's 2-2.
Frazier looking to extend the game here at the plate. Simon looking to send this one to extras.
You're right, because, I mean, the game's tied. There's no looking to win. Brennan takes off for second. Called strike 3. And, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to the 8th in this one after the break here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
Twin K Enterprises is more than just concrete. We have all sizes of septic tanks available, poured on site at our Oneida plant with quality you expect from Twin K products, and state certified in both Tennessee and Kentucky. We also offer rock and gravel for your next driveway project, landscaping rock, sand, and concrete supplies, and of course, delivery is always available. Make Twin K a part of your next home improvement project. Call 569-6341.
Since 2004, we have had the privilege to treat and forge relationships with so many in our community. Over the years, it has been our goal to provide caring, effective, and professional care to the people of Scott and surrounding counties. From the sidelines to the clinic, our staff supports the student athletes and coaches of our schools. As we celebrate 20 years of South Fork Physical Therapy, we want to say thank you for trusting us for all of your physical therapy needs.
We're playing extras in this one as we're set to begin the top of the 8th here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network. The Indians able to tie the game last inning. They're keeping Aiden Frazier out there on the mound to begin the 8th.
This is the second broadcast now of the 2025 season that has went to extras.
The first one, of
in
course,
baseball
being Wartburg, and we all know how that one ended.
Yeah, a walk-off in the 9th for the Indians after a 3-hour and 38-minute game.
We played big league ball that night.
We played a lot of small ball that night is what was played.
Well, I'm just talking about going the full 9 innings.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we definitely did that, no questions asked on. And that was a very cold night up here at Bear Creek and the Jack Elay Sports Complex.
I don't know. That game was so fun to call, though, especially that walk-off.
Yes, it was.
That was – I'm still new to the commentary game, but that's the best call I've made so far. I will say that.
Walk-offs are
until I make a better one.
Walk-offs are always a fun thing to have in your repertoire. I've had a couple of them in my career that I really enjoyed.
Who's that? That's number 12. So we're at 9-1-2. First pitch is going to be ball 1. This is Lane Cope. 9-1-2 due up for the Royals. As we're tied at 4 here. Royals looking to get another run in and then have a shutdown inning in the bottom of the 8th. Indians looking to keep that score where it is and walk it off in the bottom of the 8th. So now we're 2-0. So a lot on the line here in the 8th inning. Next pitch from Frazier is going to be swung on for strike 1. We're going to see a 2-1 count here.
Frazier attacking high in the strike zone there against Cope.
As there's a ground ball, Frazier lays out. Harper fields it, fires to first. In time for the out. Solid play there by A.J. Harper, getting that ball up the middle and a strong throw to first base to Gabe Brennan for the out.
Yeah, Frazier nearly made the play himself there on the hill, but nice job by Harper coming behind, backing him up well on the 6-3 ground out, puts one away as the lineup rolls over.
Willard King stepping in now. I will say that's the second time that Frazier's potentially ripped his pants on a broadcast we've had. He made a play over here diving that we're like, I think he ripped his pants. I wouldn't say one of the better calls. One of the stupider calls, maybe.
But it was fun.
It was fun. We have fun. I'm having fun. A step off followed by a timeout. And now we're back. A little bit of a quick pitch from Frazier, but it's going to be high for ball one. Frazier set to deliver. He kicks and fires. That's going to be outside, and it's going to get away from Strunk. 2-0 now. How long has that danger foul ball sign been on the fence?
A little while.
I don't feel like I remember seeing it ever. Maybe I don't pay attention.
A few weeks. I'm not saying a long time.
I've been up here in the past couple weeks, I feel like. That's going to be swung on. 2-1 count now. Maybe I need to pay better attention. Will, you definitely need to pay better attention.
Wow. Call me out live on air.
Yep. That pitch is going to be low. It's 3-1. Nah, you do a lot, Will. We appreciate you up here.
I try.
And you succeed 85% of the time. But golly, that other 15. That's ball 4.
Yep, missed outside.
So a crucial base runner here for the Royals. As now steps in the 2-hole hitter, Jack Kidd. Still only 1 out. Of course, the double play in order.
Hard enough hit ball up the middle, could easily see that happen. Time's called.
What are we looking at here?
Not sure.
Something happened. And we're never going to know.
Nonetheless, it's still 1 on, 1 down here in the 8th for Eagleton as Jack Kidd steps to the plate.
Good old Sticks, number 11. First pitch to Kidd is on the outside corner, strike 1. We're starting things off 0-1 with that runner off first base. Frazier either looking for a double play ball or just potentially the strikeout here. I mean, obviously you'll take it out by any means. He's going to attempt the pickoff. Not going to be in time.
Lefty pickoffs are just pretty to me.
I haven't faced a lot of I have faced some lefty pitchers as I lead off first base. Oh, there's a really good lefty pickoff move. Gabe couldn't make the scoop. Chalk that up to him not playing much first base.
He's been solid at third, though. I mean, he's great at third, so I feel like he should be able to make.
Well, first and third, they're both corner infield, but they are two different.
They are two completely different positions.
I've played a little bit of both. More first than third, obviously. That ball is going to get away from the catcher, Strunk, and that runner is going to move into scoring position, still only with 1 out.
Yeah, the difference in first and third is dramatically different. First, your ability to scoop and snag a lot of balls down in the dirt is extremely, extremely valuable. Over at third, it's the reaction time. They call it the hot corner for a reason. It's where the hardest hit balls are generally hit at on the infield is right down the third base line.
Most hitters are right-handed. That pull side to the right-handed hitter, just right at third base. It's a lot to deal with over there. Now looking at 2-1.
As the sun starts to set here in Oneida, wind still very blustery from right to left.
As that's going to be swung on. And that's strike 2. 2-2 now. Frazier staring the runner on second base down. As that's going to be outside, ball 4. Ball 3. That's actually ball 3.
I think it is ball 4.
Either way,
Nope,
they're going to...
hang on. Now they're going to go out and discuss. I think you're right. I think it was just ball 3. I thought it was a 2-2 count.
It was a 2-2 count.
Umpire in the field says that he's got a... Yep, they're calling him back. Or it looks... Yep, they're calling him back. It's a 3-2 count, yeah. I thought you were correct in saying that was a 3-2 count. Now
Now it is a 3-2 count. Still with the chance to get the out. I almost kind of want that walk, though, because then that sets up the double play and the forced in any bag.
It does set up the double play, but if you have the ability now to maybe get a punch out here.
I mean, I'm not going to fuss over an out.
No.
Payoff pitch from Frazier is ball 4. So, same outcome regardless. Runners on first and second, still only 1 out. As up steps number 18, currently the pitcher, Jay Simon. Yes, I'm sure.
Now batting number 18, Jace Simon.
Once again, now you talked about it. Now double play ball's intact.
First pitch outside, strike 1. Just right there on that outside part of the plate. I'm not going to say the outside corner, but definitely the outside portion. There. Solid pitch by Frazier. Ooh, little slider action there, but it is going to be called a ball. It's 1-1. That's going to be low. It's 2-1. Frazier now from the stretch, kicks and fires. That's strike 2 called. We're now looking at 2-2.
Nice pitch on the inside corner there by Frazier.
That one's outside. Here's another full count with 1 out. Payoff pitch from Frazier. Is ball 4. Loads the bases for the Eagleton Royals with 1 out. But forced inning bag, multiple ways you can get the double play in this scenario. Only thing is, this is the lefty catcher, Charlie Caldwell. Excuse me. The sole lefty in this lineup. Chance to be a bit of a hero, drive in some insurance runs for the Royals. Of course, had that RBI double way back in the first, and 7 innings later, he's going to pop one high in the air as the entire crowd gets away from it, and it lands in foul territory. We're going to see 0-1. Bunch of Little League players up here watching the game after presumably their own games.
That's correct.
Being scared of that little foul ball right there. And I mean, I don't blame him. I'd get out of the way too. As he's going to sky one high in the air.
That's an infield fly.
You are correct. Well, A.J. Harper's going to make the catch anyway. I don't know if that looked impressive or what.
Yet again, though, the Indians, bags full with less than 2 outs. This has got to be at least the third time, maybe the fourth in this game, that Eagleton has had this situation where the bags have been full. Question is can Oneida hold them off yet again?
Here's Chase Herman. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Indians have a chance to get out of this one with no runs scored as Frazier's going to step off here. No runs allowed, I should say. As the first pitch is in there, strike one. Starting things off 0-1. Stressful situation for the fans of the Indians with the bases loaded, 2 outs.
Just missing off the outside corner.
Count moves to 1-1.
Frazier has been trying his best to paint that corner all evening long. Some of them he's gotten, some of them maybe a little bit further off than what he's used to.
That's what I'm talking about, the Coach Sean West pitching strategy. There's a ground ball. Harper's going to field it. Fires to first. There's the out. No runs are going to score in this inning. We're going to head to the bottom of the 8th. Indians have a chance to walk another one off in extras here. We'll be back after the break here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
The superior technology of fiber optics carries a communication signal that is more robust and reliable than older technologies. Connecting homes and businesses directly to fiber optic networks enables enormous improvements in what bandwidth devices are capable of delivering. Experience Highland Communications' world-class broadband, delivered over Highland Telephone Cooperative's fiber optic network to make your online experience extraordinary. Highland Telephone and Highland Communications. World-class connections with a local, hometown touch.
If you vape, you could be inhaling toxic metals into your lungs. To show how scary that is, we made Metal Monster. With special effects that show metal particles being inhaled. And music that would make your heart race. But nothing is as scary as the facts. Vaping can deliver toxic metals like nickel and lead into your lungs. That's metal in your lungs.
Tail slate.
It's the bottom of the 8th here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network. Little jam last inning for the Indians. Had the bases loaded, got out of it with 0 runs allowed. And now they're trying to walk things off dramatically here in the 8th. What's this pitcher's name? Jace Simon, still on to pitch. No, this is a new pitcher.
Nate Klimmer.
This is Nate Klimmer. We were talking about him a little bit last inning. He had been warming up. Number 7, Nate Klimmer, now towing the rubber. Let's look at his arm slot, see how it differs from the last two. A little more like the Johnson over the top. So,
by the way, an update from Gatlinburg Pittman. Another marathon game over for the ladies this evening, but it looks as if GP has walked it off in the bottom of the 7th, a 14-13 game against the Indians, against the Lady Indians over there in Gatlinburg.
Middle of the order due up for the Indians as we have 4, 5, 6. Carter Darty, Ben Sexton, and Elijah Strunk due up here in this one. Any one of these hitters having the ability to be the hero tonight. As Klimmer's first pitch is going to be outside and maybe a little low. It's going to be ball 1. As Darty's going to line one, almost hitting Coach Sean West.
I thought Sean was actually going to try to catch that for a second.
Nah.
I'm not sure what 2 hands up was going to do for him instead of just the one, but
he's going to block it. He does stress the 2-hand catching mentality.
He does, okay.
So maybe he's just leading by example. 1-1 count now. Breaking ball, high, ball 2. It's 2-1.
Right now, if you're Oneida, patience is a virtue that could be very beneficial for you in this inning. Your first outing here against Klimmer. You've not really seen a whole lot from him just yet.
There's strike two. They're on the swing. It's 2-2, evened up.
It looks as if Chase Herman, who started the game at first, may have moved over to third.
As Darty's going to... I thought he fouled that one off, but
Nope.
apparently he just missed it. That's out number one on the swinging strikeout.
Ben Sexton.
Here comes Ben Sexton. If you remember, he was the hero of the extra innings Wartburg game. As he hit that walk-off infield single. So coming into this one with one out and no runners on, he has the chance maybe not to be the hero, but to be, you know, the supporting character if he gets on base here. Starting things off 1-0. And there he's going to take a strike. It's going to be evened up at 1-1.
Fouled off, out of play.
Going to be 1-2. So now, kind of a not very advantageous situation here for Sexton with 2 strikes and 1 out. Still no runners on. But he's going to take the pitch there, even things up at 2-2.
I would venture to say that neither one of these teams is very happy with getting this far into their pitching staffs right now going into tomorrow's district contest against one another as well.
This really will be, tomorrow will be a battle of which pitching staff is deeper. Looks like he had to think about it a little bit, but he will be rung up. Strike 3. So now 2 outs, and that brings up Elijah Strunk.
I think the question mark was it strike 2 or strike 3 in the umpire's clicker, and I don't know if he had previously put the other one up off the foul ball. But Ben Sexton goes down looking on strike 3.
So 2 outs here. And that brings up Elijah Strunk. As he's going to put a swing on one right to the shortstop. And just like Wartburg, we're playing big league ball, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to the 9th after the break here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
If you vape, you could be inhaling toxic metals into your lungs. To show how scary that is, we made Metal Monster. With special effects that show metal particles being inhaled. And music that would have made your heart race. But nothing is as scary as the facts. Vaping can deliver toxic metals like nickel and lead into your lungs. That's metal in your lungs.
Tail slate.
The superior technology of fiber optics carries a communication signal that is more robust and reliable than older technologies. Connecting homes and businesses directly to fiber optic networks enables enormous improvements in what bandwidth devices are capable of delivering. Experience Highland Communications' world-class broadband, delivered over Highland Telephone Cooperative's fiber optic network to make your online experience extraordinary. Highland Telephone and Highland Communications. World-class connections with a local, hometown touch.
It's the 9th inning here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network. We're going 2 extra innings in this one, ladies and gentlemen, as now Aiden Frazier still on to pitch for the Indians. Game still tied 4-4, and boy howdy, we've had a doozy in this one. That's all I can say. It's shaping up to be a lot like the Wartburg game.
It is the Wartburg game, quite literally.
No, it's the Eagleton game, Will. It's not the Wartburg game. Like I said, Aiden Frazier's still on the pitch here. I believe that means this will be his
Third inning.
No, it's not his third. It's more than that.
It's his third.
I thought he came in the 5th. Did he come in the 6th?
Yes.
Which would actually make this his 4th.
Now batting number 7, Nate Clemmer.
So the pitcher, Nate Klimmer, up 6-7-8. Due up for the Eagleton Royals here in this one. As we're set to kick off the top of the ninth. First pitch from Frazier is outside, ball 1. Welcome back, Bo.
Had to take care of some business. When you're a teacher, you have to talk to the students that are working for you a little bit. So, having to speak with my photographer here tonight. So,
fouled off. It's going to be 1-1.
Trying to do a little bit of everything with our AV and broadcasting crew here. Photos, video, broadcasting, highlights. We're trying to do a little bit of everything. Oh, I see why we've got time called. We're waiting for the gentleman in center field to please turn off his lights.
Nothing infuriates me more. I'm just going to be 100% honest.
There we go.
We're back. We're back. The lights are off.
The lights are not off, though.
The car's lights are off.
There you go.
No, they're back on.
Because they're moving. Now Tom's going to be caught. Yep, he's moving, I promise.
I believe that's 2-1.
They came on right in the middle of the AB, though. I'm surprised that the umpire did not call a no pitch, because that is something that he could have very easily done.
There's one fouled off. Brings us to 2-2. Pitch from Frazier is going to be ball 3. We're seeing a full count here on the leadoff batter in the top of the ninth. And that's called strike 3 for the first out of the inning here in the top of the ninth. Call that a backwards K in the book.
Eli Campbell.
As up steps number 3, Eli Campbell. One out here in the top of the ninth. Frazier set to deliver. Outside, ball 1. Starting a lot of counts behind, but has shown some prowess in battling back.
Absolutely, he
in
has.
Those counts.
He's done a fantastic job of that.
I didn't see that pitch. What was that?
It was outside for a ball.
Okay.
Counts 2-0.
It's 2-0. 2-0. Listen, Will, I get distracted sometimes. There's one fouled back. It's 2-1. I mean, Will, you could come do this.
Normally I am.
No?
We decided that it's much better when we have multiple people up here, though. Let's be quite honest.
Yeah.
It makes all of our jobs a lot easier.
Count moves to 3-1 now after the outside pitch.
No thanks.
As there's one flied way up there. I think that's going to go into the softball field.
Say my catchphrase.
No, I'm not saying your catchphrase, Will.
Why not?
Because it's your catchphrase.
For it to be a catchphrase, it's got to be catchy.
On that one. And that's ball
Oh, nice
4.
pitch on the outside corner by Frazier. He was trying to bite at that corner yet again.
But still, 1 out, and now a runner on first. As this is number 14, Charlie Johnson, stepping in now.
Don't ever
Johnson
do that.
stepping in. The pitch is going to be a ball. Another count started 1-0, excuse me.
I'm about ready to pay you to stop.
Frazier back on the rubber. Runner leads off first. From the stretch, he kicks and fires. That's going to be a called strike. It's back up to 1-1 now. Here's the pitch from Frazier. Foul off. It's 1-2.
Yeah, the umpire behind the plate had to make sure that he indicated that that was a foul tip because the runner from first was trying his best to move on to second.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't know if that was a steal attempt or if he just thought the ball got away from the catcher.
I think it was the latter.
The latter. Pitch from Frazier. That's
Great.
called strike 3.
Great.
2 outs now in this one.
Fantastic location by Frazier there on the outside corner. Pepper in the black with that fastball. Now 2 away here in the 9th as Oneida looking to blank Eagleton yet again once they've gotten a runner on.
And it's the 9-hole hitter Lane Cope up.
I'd like to go back and look. I wish we had the ability to here in this ball game, but I'd like to go back and look and see how many runners have been left on for Eagleton in this ball game because it's got to be in the double digits.
We can maybe look at that at the end. As there's going to be a foul ball, it'll be 0-1.
Well, we know for a fact that they were left loaded twice. That's 6 alone.
I want to say 3 times.
Maybe 3 times. So, I mean, there's got to be probably, I would venture to say, we're looking at 13 to 14 runners left on right now for the Royals. And that right there is just great defensive effort by the Indians.
Runner takes off for second. Strunk's not even going to attempt to throw.
Yeah, I think he was trying to. I don't think the transfer was clean enough for him to make an attempt down at second. And that right there is the best thing that you can do. If you don't get a clean transfer, just eat that because if you get down to the point where you're trying to throw it quickly, you may have a throwing error and you may give him an extra free 90.
It's 1-1 now. As that's going to be ball 2. It's 2-1. Frazier delivers. Called strike. Is that 1 or 2?
That's 2-2 now.
2-2.
Frazier has battled back in every AB here in this inning. Can he find that final strike?
Or just a potential ground ball. Runner on the move. As that's going to slice into right field. Watson's going to get it. The runner's coming home. And he's going to score. So now that's a big run for the Eagleton Royals. Puts that runner on first base. Gives them that run. And now they have a little bit of a cushion going into the bottom of the 9th.
I don't think you can ask for a more textbook hit and run situation right there. That was just, successfully done right there by Eagleton. That was, the runner was off. He went opposite field into the gap for a base hit, runner comes in to score, gives them the lead. I don't think you can ask for a better situation right there. Nice hitting by Eagleton. Now the Indians are going to have to battle from behind here in the bottom of the ninth.
We're going to see a pitching change right here as Frazier's coming out of the game, probably going back to first base. Before we'll come back and see who it is after the break here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
Tommy's Motorsports is East Tennessee's premier power sports dealership. We're a full-service dealership offering sales, parts, and service with 2 locations to serve you. In Clinton, you'll find Kawasaki, Suzuki, Yamaha, Wave Runner, Polaris, Slingshot, and Homestead trailers. In Crossville, you'll find Honda, Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, Bad Boy, Roxor, and Yamaha. Come in today and see why Tommy's Motorsports has developed the highest reputation for quality and customer service.
El Rey is Scott County's home for great Mexican flavor. Located in Oneida Plaza, we're just up the sidewalk from Walmart. From our fresh chips that are made daily to our chicken or beef fajitas that are big enough to share, El Rey uses the freshest ingredients to serve authentic Mexican dishes that will be a hit with the entire family. Stop in before the game on Friday or pop in on Saturday and watch college football on one of nearly a dozen screens while you eat. That's El Rey Azteca, open until 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 10 p.m. on weekends.
Back from a quick break here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network, and the new arm on the mound for the Indians is not a new arm at all, as Gabe Brennan is coming back into the game. I wish I could look at his pitch count, but I can't. So Gabe Brennan coming back into this one. Honestly, I didn't think you could do that. I didn't think you could go back to another pitcher.
You can actually as long as you're not pulled from the game, and actually even if you're pulled from the game in high school, you can re-enter one time. And it doesn't matter matter where you can re-enter. You can re-enter at any spot. So as long as he does not exceed his pitch count, he is more than welcome to come in. Now, do you see it in high school baseball very often? Absolutely not. You don't see a re-entry of a pitcher in very often. But this right here is probably a strategic move by Coach Sean West and his staff, not wanting to burn another pitcher heading into tomorrow's contest with Eagleton.
I believe you're right on that.
If this game were to elongate any further, and they make another change, I could easily see them going back to Frazier.
I knew you could do that on a pinch hitter. I did not know that was a thing for pitchers.
Yes. It is a rarity, but it does happen.
2 outs. That runner leading off first. Brennan's, I was going to say first pitch, but it's not his first pitch. It's
first pitch of this part of his outing.
Yes. It's going to be strike one swinging. Runner takes off for second. Swing, strike two, excuse me. And good play by Eli Rector, not letting that throw go into the outfield, but the runner moves into second. But now an 0-2 count to the batter.
Yeah, Elijah a little upset with himself. The throw was a little off target. I think if it was on target, maybe there's an opportunity there to get him out at second. But nonetheless, now Gabe is ahead 0-2 with 2 down.
Checks the runner on second. Here's the pitch. Swinging, strike 3, as that's the 3rd out of this inning. And we're going to the Indians' last chance in the bottom of the 9th here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
Vigilance Security and Technology offers cutting-edge security solutions tailored for industrial, commercial, and residential spaces. With our 4K resolution cameras, expert installation and comprehensive networking services, you'll experience unparalleled clarity and peace of mind. Secure your future with the team that goes the extra mile. Call Vigilance today. 423-286-3533.
It's the bottom of the ninth here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network. Last chance for the Indians. They are down by a run with 7, 8, 9.
That's correct.
Due up.
Caden Shoemaker going to lead it off.
The pitcher in this one still Nate Clemmer.
Yep.
Due up for the win if he can finish this outing with 0 runs scored. Of course, Frazier would then be due up for the loss. However, if the Indians manage to battle back here, it could set up a win situation for Gabe Brennan, which would be an interesting case.
Be a very interesting case to see a pitcher re-enter the ball game and then still pick up the W.
Caden Shoemaker's going to start things off 1-0. Swinging there, now it's 1-1.
Pulling his head a little bit on that swing. If Coach West, I'm sure, would be a lot happier to see him keep that head in and drive the bat through the zone right there.
As now he's going to fly one out into right field. Going into foul territory, it's going to land foul. It'll just be a strike. It's 1-2.
Second lease on life here if you're Shoemaker.
My heart would have dropped.
This is the point now where he's just got to take the opportunity that he's just been given and try to make or work his way onto base.
1-2 pitch. Just hit right off the middle, maybe off the pitcher's shin a little bit. Shortstop fields it, but that throw is
airmailed
out of play.
That's going to send Shoemaker down to second. That is exactly what Oneida needed in this case in point.
Now batting number 25, Calvin Smith.
I mean, yeah, that throw just way up there goes out of play. So that's an automatic advance to second base.
And I understand the reasoning why the shortstop was trying to make that play, but you've got to make sure that throw is under control right there if you're Eagleton, and don't give up a free 90. And that's exactly what the Indians got, exactly what the Indians needed. And now Calvin Smith, who has made a day of himself at the plate, comes back up on 3 straight times.
I mean, let's be fair, though. If the shortstop makes that play, that's play of the night, right?
Oh,
there.
absolutely.
That would have been an amazing play.
Absolutely. No questions asked.
Time going to be called here.
Yep, Coach for Eagleton going to go out and speak with Clemmer and the rest of his infield.
I believe his name is Coach Hart. As in the hitman. Mound visit breaks up.
5-4 Indians with their tying run 180 feet away. Calvin Smith at the plate. Once again, on all 3 times he's come to the plate today.
That runner in scoring position, no outs. Big opportunity here for the Indians, no doubt about it.
Or if you're Coach West right here, do you look at Calvin, who has been very successful at the plate today, and say, this is where I need you to lay down the bunt?
I wouldn't say so. But I mean, I wouldn't do that.
This one swung on, fouled off, and that's exactly you called it.
0-1. I would not lay down the bunt here, but I would rarely ever lay down the bunt anyway.
Okay, you're not as much of a small ball guy as I thought you were.
No, absolutely not. Not in the way that you're thinking, at least.
Okay. Ooh, nearly got away from Caldwell there.
Let's put it this way: I'm not in for taking unnecessary risks.
Okay.
Bunting is giving the other team an out most of the time, and I'm not.
Agreed.
For that.
I agree with that.
And I'm very conservative when it comes to stealing as well. Because, again, if you don't do that right, it's a free out. Counts 1-2 now after the breaking ball. But that's my philosophy. I understand the other philosophy.
I do too. I see both sides.
And that's going to be a ground ball. Second baseman's going to field it and fires to first.
Did his job.
Productive out there for Calvin Smith, moving that runner up to third base. That run now just 90 feet away. Yes, there is one out in the inning, but they still have 2 outs to play with.
That is, if you're going to get an out, that's the way that you want to do it. You want to go opposite of where the runner is, give him the ability to advance 90 feet. Once again, now you have 1 down, the tying run 90 feet away from scoring, and A.J. Harper coming to the plate.
9-hole hitter. Obviously, sacrifice entail. This might be a bunt situation for me, and looks like that's maybe what we're thinking here. This is where I would use the bunt.
Yeah, are you, so you're actually a little bit more. I'm not going to say you're definitely not conservative with it. So you're okay with the suicide.
I'm okay with the suicide. That's about the only time I'm okay with it, though.
Really?
Because in my mind, the risk equals the reward.
Okay.
The risk of the free out is because you only have 27 outs.
And here, look at the shift here.
Yeah. You've only got 27 outs. An out is the most valuable form of currency in baseball.
Now, Coach West, I'd say he's probably called him back here.
Yeah, probably. Nope.
Still shows.
But it's 3-0.
Perfect hitters count here if you're A.J. Harper. Eli Rector stands on deck. If Harper were to get on, though, it does put the double play intact.
It does do that. Gonna bunt foul. It's 3-1.
He got the opportunity to lay down a 3-0 bunt right there. It doesn't look like the way that he contacted it, if it would have been maybe.
Well, that was also a drag bunt. He was running as he was bunting.
Got to make sure you stay in the box, though, when you do that, too.
Still trying to bunt, but he's going to draw the walk.
No, he is not. They're going to call a strike on that one.
Ooh, brother.
They're going to bring him back here, and it's going to be a full count. And I'm not sure if Coach West is very happy with that call. He turned around and had to take a few paces.
Now he's pacing back the other way.
Now it's full count.
And A.J. Harper's going to go down swinging on that one. So now 2 outs. Only 1 out to work with, but that run still 90 feet away. But there is no such thing as a sacrifice. You've got to get on base to extend the life of the Indians in this one. And this goes back to what I was saying. An out is the best currency you have in baseball. You've only got 27 of them. You can't just be wasting outs. That's my philosophy. First pitch going to be outside, 1-0. Rector into the plate for this one. Or into the box, excuse me. That one's outside again. It's 2-0.
Base runners are essential here if you are the Indians. Doesn't matter.
More
you
than
got to get on.
I don't know if you can get more than essential, but if that is such a thing, it's present here. Rector now facing a 3-0 count, though. Count to Rector. The pitch. Right in there. Now the count is 3-1.
Eli going to dig back in now with a 3-1 count.
Still ahead. He's going to be swinging there. And oh my goodness.
He found the pitch that he wanted right there. Now 3-2 count, 2 down, runner at third. In the form, a tying run.
Hearts beaten. Pivotal moment. What are we going to see? It's going to end on the strike 3 swinging.
Clemmer went upstairs and found Eli Rector's weak spot. To him, Eli loves that pitch above the belt right there, likes to swing at that one. He just comes up a little bit empty, and Eagleton comes away with a win here tonight. A very hard-fought extra innings district win against the Indians tonight.
Heartbreaking win for the Indian fans here. heartbreaking loss, excuse me, for the Indian fans here. Final score 5-4 in this one. As the players shake hands here, we're gonna take a break and be back with some final thoughts here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network.
If you vape, you could be inhaling toxic metals into your lungs. To show how scary that is, we made Metal Monster. With special effects that show metal particles being inhaled. And music that would have made your heart race. But nothing is as scary as the facts. Vaping can deliver toxic metals like nickel and lead into your lungs. That's metal in your lungs.
Tail sleep.
Buying a home can be an exciting but stressful process. However, usually it's over pretty quickly. Building a home, on the other hand, that's a much longer process. And with that long time period comes different pitfalls and dangers. Let our experts at United Cumberland Bank help you navigate this world. Something that you're probably not used to doing, but something that we do on a daily basis.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to those who have supported South Fork Physical Therapy for the past 20 years. Because of you, we have been able to live and work in the community we love. We appreciate you, Scott County.
If you're a DIYer, Lumber King is your supplier. Equipment and tools, we got it. Paint and cleaning supplies, we got it. Rugged apparel and lawn care, we got that too. Visit us at 20359 Alberta Street in Oneida, Tennessee to make all your DIY dreams come true.
Back here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network, Bo Kidd here with you. Final score tonight, the Indians fall short in extras to the Royals of Eagleton, 5-4 in 9 innings of play. These two teams will be back in action tomorrow over in Maryville in Blount County as the Indians travel over to take on the Royals for Game 2 of this set between the two district foes tomorrow afternoon. It'll be a 5:30 first pitch over in Maryville. Johnny, once again, this was a very hard-fought game. Eagleton had multiple opportunities to try to blow this game open, but it was Oneida's defense and some very tough pitching tonight from Gabe Brennan and Aiden Frazier that kept Oneida in this ballgame.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, I'm sure you've said this already. Hard fought on both sides. It was a great game to watch.
It was.
Great game for us to broadcast. A lot of clutch hitting and clutch pitching from both teams, and the Royals come out on top.
This was that proverbial chess match that a lot of people call baseball sometimes. That right there was a nicely played chess match between the two teams.
Yep. But, I mean, Royals just move that bishop, and it's checkmate.
That's
right
it.
there.
That's it.
We're
So
using the chess analogy.
But once again, Indians back in action tomorrow over at Eagleton. You'll catch us here tomorrow as we move just about 20 feet to our left.
That's less than 20 feet.
Well, probably, but after you have to walk it all out, it may be 20 feet. We're going to move over to softball tomorrow. We're going to have a doubleheader here for you tomorrow afternoon starting at 6 o'clock, as it'll be the Oneida Lady Indians taking on the Lady Roadrunners of Austin East. That's a 6 o'clock start. We're going to play 2 tomorrow, as we had a rain out earlier on this season with the Roadrunners. We're going to get both of those games in tomorrow afternoon.
And we will have both of those games here on the Oneida Indians Network.
Yes, we will.
Well.
So make sure you join us tomorrow for that. Thank you to everybody involved in the broadcast tonight. Will King, of course, on PA, and our music here this evening as well. Clayton Posey and Greg Bond, of course, back always. Our technical directors for OIN and IHSN have always been helpful with us on everything that we do here this year. We thank them for that. Johnny, of course, thank you again for letting me join alongside for you here for another.
Technically, I work for you, so technically it's your choice.
You're the play-by-play man,
Yeah,
though, so
I know.
thank you for letting me join you on this evening, join you with this another great extra innings battle here on the Oneida Indians Network.
All right, we're going to say goodbye for now here on the Oneida Indians Network and the IH Sports Network. Your final score in this one, the Eagleton Royals 5, the Oneida Indians 4. Stay safe, everybody.